Pat stay, motherfucker.
Stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned.
Yo.
Necro, what's up, bro?
Chilling. How you doing, homie?
Good, man. Good, man. Listen.
Thank you for having me.
Nah, man, thank you for coming on, because I know you don't really fucking do that many interviews, period. Do you?
There was a time when I literally had hired over 9 different publicists in my career. So I did a lot of interviews, but what happened is a lot of these magazines be fronting, you know what I mean? And I would get rejected a lot of times, or they would review shit and give a garbage fucking review. And over time, I started realizing that my publicist or my interview is me posting on Facebook, or me posting on Facebook and saying, ask me anything you want to ask. And I'm giving a better interview to the kids that really want to know the questions than if it was an interview by some dude who maybe is not a fan and he might ask some dumb shit. So, I mean, I've done literally every magazine over the years, you know what I'm saying? But as internet got more powerful, remember YouTube wasn't around till 2005. Before then, we didn't have YouTube, you know what I mean? So Facebook is technically kind of new. There was MySpace and Facebook. So that I've been through all these phases, you know what I mean? So it got to a point where I was like, you know something? I don't need these people. And one thing, okay, so how do I explain this, man? I'm a little bit more experienced than most fucking people. I have a long fucking experience in dealing with every motherfucker in the industry. So publicists are the biggest pieces of shit, first of all. Because when we talk interviews are set up by publicists, basically, unless a motherfucker reaches out to you directly. Publicists are such that their whole mentality is, you pay me whether or not I bring anything to the table or not.
Yeah.
And I always thought, what kind of bullshit is that? Like, if you don't bring something to the table and you're expecting me to give you that $2,500, just so you can get an idea of the crazy shit I've dealt with, and then we'll move on. So we don't, because I'm the type of person I can talk an hour about.
No, man.
Literally this one fucking question here.
Yo, you know what? Just to make it clear too, this ain't gonna be like an interview.
No, I get it. Listen.
Because I don't like interviews either. Usually they don't even actually give a fuck about you. They want their page to blow up or some type of shit. And I'm just chopping it up with you as a homie, and I want to say I appreciate you coming on here. Just so you know, for the record, it's not about not doing them. It's gotten to the point that a lot of people that respond, that reach out now, I'll check their platform, and this shit is whack. They ain't got no followers. Or they want me to do a fucking YouTube or whatever with them, and I go check it, and the last interview they did don't even got 1,000 views. So I'm about my time. I'm an older dude now. Like, yo, I ain't got no fucking time to fuck with you if you don't got a platform. I'm doing this with you to be straight up, because you're actually fucking somebody. You have a platform. You're known. This makes sense. Yeah.
If shit makes sense, I do it. It's that I'm not getting reached out by the fucking XXLs anymore. They don't care about Necros anymore. They care about Little Yachty and Little Potsy and Little Twatty and whatever this fucking garbage piece of shit fucking homo that disrespects the legends has come out. All these little that disrespect everyone we grew up on. That's who they want to cover.
Yeah, straight up. I think they care.
Wait, I just want to say one funny thing. My bad, bro. I had Show and Prove in XXL the same year, same fucking issue with Fabulous, right? Yeah. I was on one page, he was on the next page. And that took me buying the person at XXL a pair of fucking Air Jordans.
Wow.
So that's just an example. So the bullshit that I dealt with way before fucking YouTubes and all this, you just get to a point where if you're like me and you're a hungry motherfucker that believes in his shit, you start coming up and figuring out all ways where you don't need these people. You start phasing them the fuck out. And how do you phase them out? Well, nothing better than your fan base. Because in the end of the day, the ones that love you, they're the ones that matter.
It is. And they make the best interview, like you said, because they're asking the questions that
people actually care about. Not like, remember that bitch that interviewed you back in the day? She's like, how is, you know, death art? And I remember that was so long ago. And I was thinking to myself, how isn't it? Don't you realize that the most universal, popular tattoo in the world is a skull? Like, how isn't that art? Whether you like it or not, how the fuck isn't it art? You know what I'm saying?
Well, somebody asked you about your tattoos, you're saying?
No. I'm saying, remember the interview you had back in the day, that little Asian girl, she was like, she asked you, she goes,
oh, MuchMusic. You're bringing up MuchMusic. Oh, that was crazy. Okay, yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. I was nervous as fuck.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was nervous as fuck because I'd never been on an MTV-type network. MuchMusic was like Canadian MTV, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I was nervous as fuck because here's the thing. Here's what I was thinking. If I say the wrong thing, I'm going to blow this interview and they won't air it because it'll be considered too dirty. So if I'm not on my P's and Q's and real careful in how I say shit, it won't air. And I'm thinking in my head, yo, this is a sick opportunity to get Necro heard. I'm in Canada. I'm on tour. I just sold out the Opera House. I'm pretty sure that was the same week that I sold that Opera House, which was pretty fucking nuts. And I'm like, yo, I knew this chick didn't get my shit. So I'm like, fuck, how do I navigate through this bitch? Because when you're like Eminem and you got hooked up by Dre and you knew you were in, you could go anywhere and wild the fuck out. They're still going to play it. I knew there's a chance they might dead me. I wasn't that big. It wasn't like I was like on fucking Aftermath. It was like that was an opportunity for me. So when I was talking to her, you know what I wanted to tell her? I think she asked me about, right, death and blah, blah, blah. I wanted to say, I don't remember exactly. I was going to ask her, what if I fucked her corpse? I was going to say something. But I knew in my head the interview will be deaded. I wasn't going to say it like that. I was going to say, if she was asking me about death, what's so nice about it, right? I'm trying to explain, like, how do I explain to this idiot the intrigue? If you, like, she doesn't understand horror movies. What's the intrigue of a horror?
That's what I mean. That's what I thought you did great. I thought you did great. It's just the fact that because she said to you, she goes, "What's artistic about death?" And you said to her, you said, "What isn't artistic about it?" Like whether it's something laying on the ground. I forget what you said. I remember years ago.
I was doing my best to try to be politically correct on that because I knew Canada was a big market for me, and I had major love in Canada, and I loved being in Canada and knowing that I'm reaching people. You know what I mean? And like, I'm on MuchMusic. I'm not a dumb dude, so I'm always aware of what I'm doing. So I'm like, yo, this is like MTV here. But I know that this chick, she don't really get it. So I got to like, if you hear the way I'm talking, it's even soft. Because I'm like, if I talk too much, like, yeah, like the way I might have wanted to, I was like, yo, I'm going to scare this bitch. She's going to go back to the editing shit and then dead me. And it's not like me being a sellout, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Nah, remember, I was independent at the time. I mean, I'm still independent. So I'm thinking from a Master P perspective. I'm like, yo, this is going to make me money. This is good for me. I need to get this shit to happen. But I'm not going to lie, man. I'm a little bit nervous because I know how these networks are. I dealt with so many people in the industry. I got blacklisted and banned by so many different people that wouldn't literally tell you you're being blacklisted. You just know you're blacklisted because you never get the press or you never get invited again. Or, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, I don't want to fuck this up with MuchMusic. You know what I mean? That's one thing because I'm not going to get another fucking chance. And I never did really, actually. I never got fucking offered to do anything with MuchMusic ever again after that.
They tried to play you anyways. They tried to play, but I thought that it probably brought you fans though because that bitch was so ignorant. Like I said, like
it did for years.
How is death artistic? Like I said, the skull is the most popular tattoo in the world. That's clearly artistic, right? I want to say, man, out of everyone, and I'm not a bullshitter. I don't make no money off lives, or I don't give a fuck. So I think you, out of every rapper I can think of, even all my favorites, I really actually think you are the only person who this entire time remained the exact same and never changed shit. And no matter what, if people don't like you for whatever, they have to respect you for that.
I appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, yeah, basically the way I view it, I was telling Mercules earlier today. I don't know if he's on the live, but he said he was gonna watch it. Shout out to Mercules.
and I just basically said that I approach every verse like it's my first verse because I don't really feel. I know I'm acknowledged. You go to my Spotify right now, you're going to see 350,000 monthly listeners. This means about 2 million unique listeners, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And for 20 years, I'm getting literally messaged by people telling me they love me. You know what I mean? Because back then, you're getting messaged. Back to the Fat Beats days, people are telling you, we love you, we love you, we love you. So I know people fuck with me. But because I never got that kind of mainstream love, my mentality is always hungry. If you notice, a lot of dudes that got that mainstream props, they get lazy. When you get like that crazy love on a certain level, it makes a lot of dudes get lazy. Matter of fact, most dudes that got major record label deals, remember, a lot of the underground dudes that we know never got major record deals. The major record deals, like, you know, like a fucking Def Jam fucking actual deal. These guys' egos are humongous. They will act like I don't exist because they got that deal. Their attitude. It could be a dude that I could knock the fuck out straight up. If he's right in front of me and he was acting hardcore, I'll punch this dude with a left and a right and put him to fucking sleep. They don't respect that. It's, you know, that's not what they're thinking. They're thinking egotistical, nose in the air. I got a deal. Come on, how many old rhymes from rappers are usually about old school shit from the early 80s and 90s? Little lines would be mentioned how you couldn't get a deal. You're not dope enough to get a deal. You know what I mean? That was a fucking stigma or like a thing in verses back then. So if you didn't get a deal, you're not good enough. So a lot of us dudes had to do it independently because we had no choice. So I don't feel like acknowledged. I guess, you know, it's hard to explain. The best way to say it is I don't rest on my laurels. So being that I don't rest on my laurels, doesn't matter how dope I've done something, the newest verse right now has to be fire because I know so many people that they've done tons of throwaways. Like they're comfortable with giving people throwaway verses. I don't care for what. I never understood that because in the end of the day, you're going to listen to it and you can't believe it's dope. If it's a fucking throwaway, it's garbage. So I would never feel good about myself if you know what I mean? Even if like, here's the thing. If I didn't want to work with that rapper because I think he sucks dick, and then I'm going to give him a throwaway to do that, I shouldn't be working with that rapper.
Right.
So if a dude paid me money, $2,500, $3,000, $4,000, I always gave them fire. Any collabo that somebody has of me now, they never got garbage from me. Sad part why I don't do collabos. Right now, I'm not going to do any collabos with anybody. Not unless it's somebody like a Mercules, like we were talking about a collabo. I'm saying when dudes message me to rap with me, to pay me, I don't do it no more. Reason I don't do it no more is because these fucking dudes never release the shit. Nobody hears it. So I'm putting all this effort in to make a really, really fire verse, sending it to them. They mix it whack. It never gets fucking released. What do? So I get some money to pay for toilet paper. But I realize my career and the shit that gets my dick hard for music is not just money. You know what I mean? Because if it was all about money, let's say it was just only about money, then I would have attempted to try to be more commercial or like a Drake or somebody in that world that makes music to be heard on the radio and to be catchy to people. I think my shit's catchy, but I'm making shit that I think is catchy. I don't make it first where I'm like, how do I get like, oh, you know, the whole commercial world to love this song? Because if I did that, I would tone everything down then. I wouldn't write certain verses a certain way I would. I wouldn't choose certain samples. I wouldn't choose certain beats. I would literally be... So my mentality as Necro always was make what you like, then figure out how to pimp and hustle it.
Right.
What does Puffy do? No, Puffy doesn't just make what he likes first and then figures out how to hustle it. He'll sit down and say, what do we need to make that's going to blow up? So then he'll say, well, then let's go sample Juicy. I'm not going to sample Juicy unless I want to sample Juicy because I'm somehow coming across that sample and I feel good that day. Like when I did fucking this new song called Party Killer, I sampled You Could Dance If You Wanna. Dun, 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 dun. That was just organic. It popped up in a movie. I saw it. That funny song. And next thing you know, I'm like, you could kill if you wanna. Blast your brains out with the 9. I said, you know, that would actually be, my fans will find that humorous.
Yeah.
Puffy doesn't do it that way. And I'm not dissing Puffy, but Puffy will think of more. These guys are thinking about selling shit before art. When Marley Marl made shit, I don't believe Marley Marl was thinking first money. He was just making some hot fucking shit for Big Daddy Kane or whatever. And it was at a time where nobody was doing it. So when nobody's doing it, you're going to blow the fuck up. Right now, we're rappers. We're not the only guys doing it. But when Marley created No Half Steppin', there was nothing like that. So when you're the first to do some shit nobody did, you're going to blow up.
I never seen anyone do. Okay, I always wanted to ask.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, did you face any problems with the song White Slavery? Did anyone try to like blackball you there? Also, I need to know, who is Ralphie?
Who's who?
Ralphie.
Ralphus, you mean?
Ralphus.
Ralphus is the midget from Bloodsucking Freaks.
Ralphus.
Ralphus is the midget from the classic horror movie Bloodsucking Freaks.
Got you. I
His
needed
real
to
name
know.
is Louis De Jesus. He was a porn star. He did a fucking porn with Vanessa Del Rio. He died of AIDS, and he's a legendary midget from New York, with a Puerto Rican midget with an afro, and he was in the scene. And he would.
I can't believe I got that name wrong. I know the name. I know Ralphus. I've been saying it for years.
Well,
Ralphus.
I know this guy named Ralphie, and he's a bitch. He's a dude that we used to hang with, and he ran in the middle of beef. We had drama in Manhattan after a nightclub fucking episode, and me and my brother and my other friend, and we fought, and Ralphie rolled with us because he was this Puerto Rican kid, and he was always dipped with dope gear, and he got bitches, so I chilled with him, and he hid behind a dumpster while we were banging out. And I remember his name is Ralphie, and after we banged out, we're like with these dudes, you know, like it was some other crew, and they were drunk and they had weapons, and we pulled out our weapons. Long story short, it ends, and we're like, where the fuck were you, bro? He's like, yo, I thought they had a gun. So I started calling him the boy that ran. His name is Ralphie, and so I was like, why is he bringing up Ralphie? That's fucking weird. But Ralphie's the boy that ran. I never let him up with. I'm such an asshole. I don't think I'm an asshole. I think if you're a fucking dude fronting like you're a thug and you ran during beef, then you're gonna be called the boy that ran for the rest of your fucking life. So this dude stopped hanging with me because I would fucking tell him every time I seen him, hey, yo, it's the boy that ran. I did not let this kid live it up because I felt almost insulted by that. Like, don't fucking act like you're a thug, and then when we get into the beef, you're unreliable? Like, yo, I'm never letting you fucking live that shit up, ever.
How many motherfuckers have you, because how many motherfuckers have you had to punch in the face in your career to defend on who you were as Necro, coming from, where exactly are you from in Brooklyn?
Brooklyn, New York. I grew up in Glenwood Projects, and then I fucking moved to Canarsie, and then I moved to Bay Ridge, Bensonhurst, and just so pretty much, you know, a couple of different key areas. Bensonhurst is legendary for where John Gotti came from, Italian neighborhood. It's now mostly Asian, but Bensonhurst was known for gangster shit, literally. Like, you know, Italian neighborhood, a lot of Jews involved. I'm a Jew. Just, you know, respected, but not seen as a black hood. You know what I mean? That's the hood where if blacks went to, they get batted the fuck out. Same way if you're a white boy and you go to Bed-Stuy, you're getting fucked up. Right. I don't know if it's like that anymore now. You know what I mean? But back then, the 80s, you went in a black neighborhood, there's problems. Funny thing is, my come up as a rapper, as Necro, was going to these black neighborhoods alone with nobody. And that's how, you know, you could see a video with me online in 1992. It's in the middle of Bed-Stuy. And I'm not going to lie. The whole trek there was me with weapons on me, nervous. Like, yo, I'm going to get in the beef. Because even though those dudes were cool, the place that I went to in Bed-Stuy, everywhere else around Bed-Stuy would have wanted my fucking head on a fucking swivel. That's the wrong term. Would have wanted my head on a fucking stick. Like, you know what I mean? So you had to move correctly. You know what I mean? I looked the part, though, because I was a white boy that dressed dipped. I had designs in my head. So, you know, like, it wasn't like I was like a white kid that was going into black neighborhoods and I didn't look ill. That probably would have made me more of a target. Plus, I think a lot of blacks, the way I dressed back then was kind of like I was a Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans would wear a lot of polo. They would have designs in their head. They would wear sneakers that matched. There was like a style to the way the Puerto Ricans dress. So because I liked Puerto Rican chicks the most, that was my favorite. Like white girls didn't really fuck with me because they thought I was looking too black.
Black girls loved me, but that wasn't my thing. My thing was Latino chicks. So
Yeah.
I would dress very Puerto Rican. So, to answer two things you asked though, because they were good questions. You asked about punching people in the face, and then you what was the one you asked before that?
No, because of where you're from and how you had to come up as a white rapper, and because you came up
my
like
whole project was beef every day. I mean, I couldn't go to the store without beef, literally. Dudes trying to fuck with me. And the problem with the projects was these dudes always had to roll fucking deep and try to fucking run up on you to jump you. Nobody could ever fuck me up in the projects one-on-one. Not because I'm like super fucking man, but I had heart. I don't know where I got heart from. Probably a little bit from my brother, a little bit from my father. My father was ill, but he wasn't in the projects. But my father was rugged though. So we kind of had that embedded in us in the projects. But I would end up seeing a lot of these kids one-on-one. So like the same kid who would have 8 kids and try to fuck you up in the projects, and it was usually there'd be white kids. I mean, I had some white arch enemies, but definitely more black kids. You know what I mean? Back then it was Decepticons and all these other crews. You would catch certain kids alone in the elevator because they didn't because everybody has to go to their aunt or their grandmother or whatever. Yeah. And I would give them beatings when I caught them alone because they would be like, "Nah, I ain't got no problem with you, Ronnie. I mean, you tried to fucking jump me the other day. Now you're in the elevator with just me and you." So like me one-on-one, I was a beast in the projects one-on-one because that's where I'm finally getting an even fucking chance to fight you. You know what I mean? And so crazy thing about the projects is you had to fight all these kids that were 3 years older than you. It wasn't just your own age. And back then when you're 12, 16, 15, these kids are stronger. They'll fuck you up, man. You're not as strong. A 12-year-old can't beat up a 16-year-old usually, unless you know how to box and you have some fucking crazy skill. I didn't know how to box at 12 yet. I didn't learn how to box until I went to the fucking East New York gym at 16. That's when I learned the science of throwing punches correctly. You know what I mean? Because everybody telegraphs usually like that. They don't know how to punch correctly. When I learned to punch directly, straight from the hip, that's when I started knocking people the fuck out. Because I actually learned how to punch correctly. If you know how to punch correctly, you could be 6 foot like me. I could knock out people that are 6'5". Because, it's look, at the end of the day, you're not going to knock out someone who's also a boxer too. You know what I mean? If the other guy is as ill as you, then it's not going to be that simple. The fact is most people in the street that act hard, they're not really trained. They never went to the boxing gym. So when they're acting tough and you actually know how to box, it's not that hard. It's like, oh, okay. You get into position and you hit them with a left jab, left, right. You know what I mean? Hit them with an uppercut or whatever. But anyways, as far as hitting people, the way that it worked was white people were not respected in hip-hop. So even if you were nice, black kids and people in the business would always try to throw some Vanilla Ice bullshit at you and say some dumb fucking shit. Oh, you're a white rapper, or you're Jewish, you rap like a rabbi? Like, yo, you fucking kidding me, man? I'm walking in your office with polo on, with blue suede Pumas, with designs in my head from the Jamaicans, and you're asking me if I'm rapping synagogue? Like, I wanted to punch these people in the face. Like, yo, you crazy? And, like, it bothered me because I'm dealing with mad disrespect. So what happens is because of the stigma that white people got as rappers back then, you kind of had to be hard. Because if you weren't ready to fucking get busy, you're going to get played, bro. Like, you're going to get sunned. People are going to try to play you. And I didn't like the feeling of being played. I didn't like, because remember, I'm growing up in the projects before I'm even a rapper yet. And I was a metalhead in the projects at one point. And I'm just dealing with people trying to play me every day. Every day, somebody's trying to take your shit, jump you, sun you, kill your self-esteem. So by the time I started getting into the rap world, like, yo, I'm ready to punch anybody in the grill. Like, literally, like, if you fucking say something, you look at me. Obviously, there's a line. I wasn't totally dumb because I'm an intelligent dude. So I know, like, you don't want to go too far because then you'll get locked up for 6 years and then your rap career is deaded. I always walk the line of doing shit and not getting locked up because I had this fear that if I get locked up for 5 years, that's 5 years that all these other rappers are going to be out here pushing their shit. And New York competition was probably the illest competition between rappers in the world. Remember, I'm coming from Nas, Jay-Z, Ill Bill,
Necro, Vinny Paz, Immortal Technique, Big Daddy Kane, Big L. The competition you just have if you're a rapper is you're at war with fucking everybody, and they're all fucking dope.
Big Daddy Kane just the other day said I'm his favorite battle rapper, top three.
I saw that. Dope.
I almost
love Big Daddy Kane.
I almost jerked off.
I mean, listen, Big Daddy Kane is a huge influence of mine. Part of me being somebody who will say metaphors and who will say things that are punchline, style, is definitely from Big Daddy Kane. You know what I mean? Like I'm influenced by, Coogee Rap, Big Daddy Kane, KRS-One, Rakim. Let's say those would be like the pillar, the Mount Rushmore of making me want to do rap.
What about Tupac?
Tupac was never an influence of mine. I respected Tupac, but I noticed that before Tupac died, he had less fans. The day he died, every girl became a fan. Every chick that never even probably listened to him, that day, all of a sudden, I love him, he's my favorite. Nah, you weren't listening to Tupac before he died. I mean, maybe they listened to a song or two. But, no, I'm just keeping it 100 with you. Tupac's not an influence of mine because Tupac came out after, and Tupac didn't rap multisyllabic. The people that I'm influenced by, Rakim, KRS, Big Daddy Kane, and Coogee Rap. That's the pillar of four that I would listen to. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm also influenced by Tribe Called Quest. I mean, you're influenced by everyone that was fucking dope that you're hearing. If Video Music Box was the show, it was the show, in case you don't know, because you're not from New York, there was a show called Ralph McDaniel's Video Music Box. It played everybody, literally, that came up in the game. Like, it was the show. Anyone from New York City watched Video Music Box. It's where you discovered Protect Your Neck. It would have been played on that show first, that video. You know what I'm saying? So you're hearing everybody. If you're hearing fucking Big L to this guy, to J. Rue, to fucking Cypress, it influences you because it's all fire. And you're hearing it and you're writing immediately after. Especially those days, the Bobbito and Stretch days, you stayed up, you listened, you heard everything first. I heard live on the radio the Jay-Z Big L freestyle over that beat that I think is a Milkbone beat. I heard it live because we would listen to Stretch Armstrong and Bobbito. So I heard the first time Wu-Tang was up rapping over Who Got the Props. And I was annoyed with them because they were rapping the album live on radio, and that pissed me off because you were supposed to technically go up to radio shows with new verses. And they were rapping the album. So now, if you hear it, you're like, oh, that's hot. You know what I mean? But back then, I'm listening that year, and I'm like, why are these motherfuckers rapping the album? And then here's the funny thing. I'm in the Who Got the Prop video. So I'm bugging out just, overall, just like, the culture of hip-hop back then in New York City, and this takes nothing away from anyone, because obviously L.A. is legendary, and so many other places as time went by, they earned their respect. New York was just on some super fucking competitive shit, man. So if you were a white boy, like, I knew the way people looked at me and, like, try to be like, you white boy. Like, nah, yo, I will fuck you up right now, G. Like, I used to literally say the N-word everywhere.
I know.
I'll give you an example. One show I'm at, right? It was thrown by Fatal, who's on Live at the Barbecue. He threw, like, this porn show. And Kool Keith was there. Coogee Rap was there. King Sun was there. Aguilar was there. And all these people. And I go on stage, and I'm like a 17-year-old white boy, and I'm saying N-word left and right, bro, in front of all these people. It's part of my verses, the way I'm talking. I rolled there with 8 goons, all dressed out thug. Maybe 1 or 2 were black, you know what I mean? 1 was Asian. Others were white boys. Just the way that we got down gave you the aura. You're going to be in a fist fight if you fuck with us. So you're not, like that play shit, a lot of people did it behind the back shit. Less to the grill, because if you did it to our grill, we're men. We're grown dudes. We're in front of you. We're from Brooklyn. Brooklyn attitude, it's kind of a known thing, bro. Brooklyn is down to fight. We don't give a fuck. We'll brawl with whoever. Not that Bronx and everywhere else doesn't too. Listen, it doesn't matter where you're from. We know that. It doesn't matter where in the planet you're from. If you're rugged, you're rugged. But if the way our mentality was, like, we're not having it because we already have the stigma that you think we're whack already. And here's the thing, not everybody agreed with me.
certain people and shit didn't like the way I rolled. They thought like I'm being an asshole, or that I'm using violence as a, you know, like as a tool. But I was looking at dudes like Fat Joe, how he would punch people in the fucking face and get away with it, and all these other dudes that were before me. And it's like, they do their thing. You ain't hearing about Fat Joe getting played. Wu-Tang, Ghostface said on his song, elbow our way in and got on. They were known to roll 100 deep. And if you fucking fucked around, you're getting fucked up. So, like, you know, it was kind of like, if you're going to be a white boy, and remember, I'm also rapping hardcore. It's not like I'm rapping
like a Macklemore or some shit.
Yeah, or a Mac Miller type. I wasn't rapping that kind of style. The shit I was talking about was, I'm telling you I will fuck you up. If I don't fuck you up, if you step to me to see if I will fuck you up, then I'm fake. So I have to fuck you up.
I seen a video of you, and I wasn't even going to bring this up. You did, because it's not even my business. 'Cause I don't even know where you're from.
Okay.
I seen a video of you in a classroom. You must have been a teenager, and it was just you and all brothers, and you were dropping the bomb there, and no one seemed to have anything to say.
That's the Bed-Stuy. It wasn't a classroom, but it was somebody's crib, and that's what I was saying. That was one of the archive videos that I had. There's two videos. There's both from 1992. And I'm saying the N-word. One is on stage with the dudes from Black Moon. This is before Mobb Deep and Wu-Tang dropped. Whole crowd's black. And I am saying the N-word. And here's why people didn't step. Because, first of all, you know, on those situations, we didn't roll deep. It was literally just me and my brother. We're both dressed dipped, meaning we're dressed very fresh. Like polo down. And back then, bro, polo, it was different back then. Like, these shirts were $150 shirts. Yeah. And, you know, like, seeing white boys wearing it, you made a statement that you're ill. You know what I mean? Like, that's telling everybody, like, yeah, I know how to dress fresh. And we're on stage, and one of the shows, not that the thing you mentioned, which was in the house, it was a cypher, the show, we decided to go on stage and rap a cappella because we wanted our hit shit to really be heard. So everyone that performed at that fucking showcase, it was run by fucking Evil D and 5-footer. Buckshot wasn't there. Was rapping on songs and shit. We were like, yo, we'll just go up and do it a cappella and blow everybody's mind. Because it's a whole black crowd and they never seen a white boy spitting the way we're spitting. And I mean, shit's crazy. If you listen, like, I was like crazy punchlines, dirty foul shit. And my brother was just rapping with just ill flow, like just as nice as anybody out from that time. The problem we had was people wouldn't give us deals, man. It was some racist fucking bullshit, man. It was like you really needed to really be in to be that third base or that House of Pain. It was rare. It was very rare. Those guys lucked out. And remember, those guys are way older than me and my brothers. So they probably made like really deep connections in the late 80s with people. We were coming into it after Vanilla Ice. Here's the thing. Notice, MC Search and them and House of Pain and a lot of them, they made all their connections before Vanilla Ice blew up bigger than all of them and tainted the view of black people. Black people, when I started coming around, already viewed us like Vanilla Ice without hearing us. It was just, oh, you rap, you're white? Vanilla Ice. That would be the biggest insult. That would be like somebody coming up to you and calling you like, yo, you fucking crazy? Vanilla Ice, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. And then they would always come with the nah when they saw you were about to get angry. Because here's the funny thing. The thugs, people that really are down for drama, they're less involved, bro. They're in the fucking street somewhere selling crack. These other people that were business-like, most of them were pussies. So when they really thought you get angry, people got shook, bro. They didn't want to get snuffed. You know what I mean? Like, people didn't want to get snuffed, bro. And I'm not even claiming I'm the toughest guy. It's just literally you had to be. Like, how old could you be? Yeah. Listen, people are trying to make an asshole out of you. They're trying to shit on you.
There weren't white rappers back then. There just weren't. So I understand. That's why I asked. I can only imagine. That's why I asked. You know what I mean? You spoke about your brother Bill. How proud, you know, I mean, I'm sure he's doing good still, but, you know, when the Coca Nostra came out, and, man, they were doing so good. How proud were you sitting on the sidelines like man?
I didn't get along with my brother. I was beefing with him during that. So I don't talk to my brother now. So when he did that, I was actually pissed at him, not because he did the group, but because we had fucking said at the time that we want to eventually open up for Cypress Hill when they play New York. Because Cypress every year did New York City and would headline. And me and my brother agreed we're going to get to a point where me and him get to open because we're those dudes in New York that are the underground kids that Cypress fans would fuck with us. Mm-hmm. And my brother, we agreed on it. And then when my brother got down with LCN, they got an opening fucking slot. And my brother didn't bring me in on it. And I got fucking pissed. Like, how the fuck are you going to do that? And then he was like, oh, but I don't control it. And I'm like, yo, I don't give a shit if you control it, man. We're family. We said we are going to do it. In the least, if you would have came to me before you put yourself on the flyer, like, yo, I want you to come out with us, what we do, that would have been more love because you did. Basically, my brother's not the type that feels he needs to come up to me and talk to me, that there's no respect. So if there was respect there wouldn't have been a beef. But because he don't have respect, for whatever reason, I don't want to get too deep into it, he just don't respect me correctly the way I feel I need my respect. We don't fuck with each other. We basically literally cannot coexist. We like barely can even have a conversation before it turns into an argument. But you know, I mean, I don't hate though. You know, good music, good music. I'll always admit that my brother is dope musically. You know what I mean? You know, like obviously, music's music. Listen, there's people that are great at music, but you might not like them personally. It's known that Black Sabbath, when they would go on tour, Ozzy would be on one tour bus with Geezer Butler. They're both from England. And Dio, because at the time Dio was doing the singing. No, that's a different group. That's the group without Ozzy. Doesn't matter. Certain groups, they'll separate. And two people will be on one bus and another bus because they could do music together, but they can't. Their personalities don't mix. Mm. You know what I'm saying? Some people just don't mix personality. Like, doesn't matter how hard you try, you cannot make two people that don't mix click. If you know what I mean? Like, if they think that and you think that, it's never going to work unless one of you compromises to deal with that person's bullshit. And our personalities are the type that neither will tolerate the other.
Well, you know what, man? You know, a lot of interviewers and shit like that would want you to elaborate, and they'd want to poke and have you say more, but I'm going to end it like this. Not end the whole thing, just that little subject. I hope you guys...
You want to know something, bro? Listen.
I hope you guys figure it out.
People know. My fan base is very fucking aware.
Okay.
You might not be as aware, but the Necro fan base, they fucking know. Because literally, every fucking day I get asked about this dude. So, you know, every day he's getting asked. So, it's kind of like, oh, with Vinny Paz once we were talking. I asked Vinny, I said, Vinny, how many times a day do you get asked about me? He goes, 875, 676 times. Why do you say it like that? He's basically saying constantly. Like I would get constantly asked, when are you going to work with Vinny Paz? When are you going to work with Vinny Paz? He's getting asked, when are you going to work with Necro? And I'm sure that happens to you, right? People are asking you, when are you going to do this with Disaster? When are you going to do this with him? When people fuck with you, they want you to fuck with the people that they think you should fuck with. And they're going to ask you over and badger you over and over and over every day. For the rest of your fucking life, you're going to get asked about those key people. So, you know, I'm like, whatever at this point. You know what I mean? I just like... I just wanted you to know
that I had no intention to... Because I'm not an interviewer. I don't gain no shit from...
I get you. No, I already know how you roll. Like that. I already know how you roll, bro.
Yeah, I'm real. I'm real with it, man. I'm just conversational. You know what I mean? I was gonna say. Listen,
I'm always open to talk about shit. You know what I mean? Like I've always been one of them dudes in interviews and just with fans that I'll talk about whatever. You know what I mean? But like, for instance, when I go on my own live, like if I'm going on my live right now, and I tell the fans, don't ask me about every rapper. All they do, literally, is every other question. What do you think of him? What do you think of Token? What do you think of this guy? What do you think of that guy? They just basically, and here's the thing, they basically want to hear what I think. I get it. It's flattering. But if I say, oh, that guy sucks, immediately they're going to message that guy.
What do you think?
Said.
Let's say it. What do you think of Token? I can't stand him. What about you? I'm being dead on.
I think of Token? I've never listened to Token enough
to
fully say whether or not I like the guy. So I can't diss the guy because I don't know him on that level. But what happens is, let's say I give my opinion of who knows how many rappers, like on the level that the fans want it. they're going to go and try to instigate beef with me because they're fucking assholes. If they were cool, let's say you're in my house right now and we're chilling and we're talking about 100 rappers and I diss 50 of them. You would be a fucking rat scumbag if you went online. I was just with Necro. He said, you suck, and you suck, and you suck. Because you basically, what the fuck, bro? I had a convo with you in my crib. That's what these kids online, they don't treat it as a personal DM. They treat it like, I got proof now, and I'm going to message it. So here's the thing. How would you feel if some guy who you don't even fucking know says, PatStay sucks? You automatically, he ruined the friendship. You're not going to be friends with this asshole now. Okay? And what did that guy gain by saying that about you? So it's just stupid. But these fans, they love to instigate because they're fucking dickheads. Not every fan, but some of them are. They just want to see us beef because they don't care about us. They don't give a shit what we're going to go through in that beef. And I feel like beef is beef. If it's serious, if you seriously have a beef with something, this is the way Necro thinks. I'm not judging nobody. Let's meet up and fight and handle it like that. That's just me. That's the school I come from. If we really got a fucking beef, let's bang the fuck out. In the alleyway, no police involved. Whoever wins, wins. Keep it fucking moving. I don't believe that I need to write raps about you. But that's me, because some people are all about that. You know what I mean? Here's why I can't do it. Because I'm really going to want to kill the dude. Okay? And when I see the dude, I'm going to set it on him. I can't do the talking. I can't have a convo with some dude looking in my eyes and he talks shit about my mother. It's drama, babe. We got beef. This is ruckus. That's how the street works. We have drama. We're going to handle that drama whichever way it goes. If you got goons, I got goons. But it should just be man on man. Fight head up, one-on-one like men, like fucking Roman times, and that's it. But here's the thing. I get it. Hip-hop is a rapping thing and all that. But if I'm going to have a beef with somebody, it shouldn't be because I told a fan I don't like that guy's music. Because here's the thing. That's my opinion. I don't got to like that guy. Same way if they don't like me, don't try to insult me publicly to sabotage my shit. Yo, the dude Necro sucks. Like, yo, B, I didn't diss you, so why are you going to try to sabotage me? Now, by you saying I suck now, here's what's going to happen. I'm going to keep that shit on the low. It's memory chip right here. One day I'm going to see this dude somewhere. It might be 2 years from now. And most likely they're going to be on my dick. Yo, Necro, been a fan for years. Yo, but I seen you diss me, though. Nah, I ain't diss you. Yeah, I saw it, and I memorized it. Nah, boom. That's it. And that's it. You know what I mean?
Straight up.
So, like, here's the thing. If you're going to diss me, you feel like I'm whack and all that, you should still have a little fear, I think, a little respect. Like, yo, that's Necro. He ain't no slouch. He ain't no slouch lyrically, and I never heard of him getting pussied out. So why would I think that I can diss him? Because when I do see him in person, he's going to be a bitch?
Right.
You do really think when you meet me in person that I'm going to be a pussy? Wow. You obviously are not from the street, because anyone from the street, if you notice these dudes on Vlad and the dudes that are really street, you notice the way they talk and act, they're not that quick about dissing everybody. They're, if anything, less quick about dissing people because they know shit gets real when you come across those type of dudes. If you're like a pussy hole, pussy holes diss each other all the time because they're not going to fucking do anything when they see each other. Real rugged men that take shit personal, like dudes that will really take it personal, like yo, you dissed me? You don't even know me, B. And you're a new rapper? Like, you're only out for a couple of years and you feel that. That's why, like, totally I thought I heard Wu-Tang step to fucking Tyler, the Creator, when he was asked, yo, how do you feel you guys are, like, similar to Wu-Tang? He goes, no, we're not. I'm like, yo, bro, it should be your fucking honor to be compared to Wu-Tang Clan. Because you dudes are a bunch of pussy holes. Those dudes are straight pussy, never got into beef in their life anywhere, and they're blowing up right now, and they're going to talk bad about straight goons?
Yeah.
And that's what them goons did when they saw him. I don't know what happened, but I'm sure they walked up to them, got up right in their grill. Yo, so there's a problem with being like us? I bet you immediately, Tyler, nah, man, I ain't got no problem. Nah, you think he's going to talk slick when goons from Staten Island, New York are up in his grill? Bro, I'm telling you, bro. These dudes switch their whole shit up. Everything changed because they could feel the energy that they're about to get a beating. The energy changes when you're around these dudes and real goons step in the room. The energy changes because you know, you can tell. You know what I mean? Even if you're a pussy, these dudes know. And you know, and that's like how we are. You know what I mean? When we step in the room, real recognize real. If there's real goons in the room, guaranteed it's going to be love. Yo, what up? What up? What's good? You know what I mean? We know. It's like, it's love. You know? And the pussies, they keep their mouths shut. All of a sudden, they ain't got nothing to fucking say. Especially if there was somebody that talked about you, you know what I'm saying? Thinking that you was never going to see them somewhere. You know, nah, I'll never see him. I'm here. Nah, you'll see us eventually. I'll see you. And the crazy shit is I don't forget shit. Like, I don't have the best memory, but I remember who dissed me. But you know something? Fuck all the tough guy shit. The reality is the come up that I come from is a very competitive fucking come up where you did have to fight people. So if you were out places and you were talking your shit, whatever it may be, there's going to be beef. The world we're in now, it's a lot more internet. It's a lot more of these kids that when they see each other, they might have cursed each other's mother out when they see each other. Yo, what up, kid? What up? Yo, you know what ain't serious. Like, I don't come from a world where you talk shit about somebody's mother, and when they see you, it ain't war.
Right.
I don't know that world.
No, it's true. A mother's a whole different thing. That's crossing.
I'm using that as an example, mother.
I totally agree.
Fuck Necro, he's a bitch.
Yeah, I totally.
You will have the answer for that when I see you in person. I ain't going to see you to that. You're not getting away with that if we're in the same fucking room. I don't give a fuck if you're with goons. You're goon the fuck out. I will walk up to you alone by myself, and most likely you will respect me. Your goons will actually stand there and be like, yo, that nigga keep it real. Because he did walk up to you and ask you what was up with that. Because that's your fucking school you come from. You know what I'm saying? It don't make you tough. It's not about tough, I think. I think it's about respect. Yeah. You have respect for motherfuckers or you don't. If you're not willing to fight for your respect, then what are you willing to fight for then? Will you ever fight for anything? If you don't even fight for your own fucking respect, your own honor, like, what backbone would my lyrics have if I'm talking this gully shit? Like, the whole thing with Thug Life in New York City was about whether you were real or not. You know what I mean? All these dudes that weren't real would rap like they were the realest shit, and then you would hear how they would get played. Some other realer dude would see them, and I'm not going to mention names because I don't want to, because some of these dudes, I like these rappers. So I don't want to mention, I'm sure you could probably figure out who I'm talking about, but certain dudes would get beatings, and they rap that Thug shit. My mentality was like, fuck, you know, if you're going to talk that shit, you better be able to fucking, you know, you better be able to deal with opposition. Whoever has a fucking issue with what you're talking, you need to deal with it. But I mean, at the end of the day, like, who? I
feel like DMX would square off with someone. Am I right?
Of course, DMX would. DMX is awesome. Listen,
I feel like he would fight anyone for DMX.
You got to understand something about DMX, bro. DMX was in prison for like 15 years, bro. That dude was around people on his neck constantly. Even if he kept it real, even when you're in jail, and I never did no big bids, but I know this. This is just factual shit. When you're in like that type of environment, even if you're real, people test you. So you could actually be real as fuck, and some guy's still gonna fucking say, I want to see if he's real. Let me fucking see it personally. So DMX is ill, but he's probably been getting tested his whole life by people stepping up to him and him having to represent and do what he needed to do. You know what I mean? So, like, of course, if you mention a DMX, that goes without saying. We know DMX is real.
He's my top 3 favorite of all time, and it's hard to say because I got like so many, but it's Tupac.
Well, I got major respect for DMX because DMX did all those movies, and then in the same year had 2 platinum albums.
Oh, he's
very few people ever had 2 platinum albums in the same year.
No one is like DMX. No one. Name one person, right? So my favorite is Tupac, DMX, and Trey D from the East Siders. You know who that is?
Yeah, he's a real goon. He's dope. I got love for him.
Super real. And I respect it. See, I like people who I actually believe. You know what I mean? If you're gonna talk that shit, then I want to believe you. And then it makes
it's like Nas. We spoke about Nas. I think you said Nas was one of your favorites too, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nas is known not to fully 100% on full blast be that goon from the hood. But Nas grew up in the hood. So he was the guy in the tree watching everything, and he was able to paint it. And I respect that enough because he was there. You know what I mean? It's like being in Vietnam. You might not, okay, maybe Nas is not the illest soldier, right? He doesn't have the biggest body count, but he was still in Nam. And he made
the boys sandwiches before they went and shot. He's like, man, have this grilled cheese, go kill someone.
No, but you understand what I'm saying, though? Like Nas grew up there, so he's going to have a lot of that in him. So when he rhymes about it, it's very believable because he comes from Queensbridge. He's not rapping about Queensbridge from someone who's never been there. Okay, then you got a guy like Prodigy who wasn't from Queensbridge, but Prodigy had this talent in speaking hood slang and street shit. He's so dope with being able to articulate everything that we think in the hood, and he was able to put it into verses. And even though he wasn't considered like the #1 toughest dude, he was around all these guys, and he was able to suck it up, and we wouldn't get that from that tough guy because the tough guy's a little bit too busy being a tough guy to sit down and write poetry. So you got this dude who's around him, who's probably doing his thing, guns here and there. He might not be as ill, but he's able to take everything he's seeing visually and put it down. Yo, what up, Dunn? You know what I'm saying? And do it in a way when we hear it, we feel it. Same with me. I get busy. I do my thing, but I'm able to take the darkest shit in the planet and put it into verses. If I was literally in the middle of Brazil right now, hacking people to pieces with machetes, we wouldn't be on live right now. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a guy right now hacking somebody's dick off with a machete in the middle of Brazil. Right now. Karen fucking Teed in a favela. Some dude's getting his dick eaten off with a pit bull. But does it mean I wouldn't kill someone if you try to break into my crib during Corona right now? Okay, I'm going to do what I got to do. Like, have I punched people in the face? Have I cut people? Have I walked around with weapons? Yeah. But it's like, okay, it's like I always said. There's a difference between a gangster and gangster-like. I'm gangster-like. I'm not a gangster. I'm gangster-like. Gangster-like means I got, I have characterizations of a real gangster. Real gangsters are not having it. Real gangsters slap you in your face if you talk shit to them in person. I got that. Am I John Gotti? John Gotti was selling heroin with a fucking mafia family that did that got locked up and did 3 hours a day lockdown, 1 hour free. That's not me. And that's not most rappers right now. Okay? But we're gangster-like. We're similar to the dudes that are gangsters. We have those traits. And that's fine. That don't make you any less to be like, yo, I'm gangster-like. Right? You're similar to a gangster. Listen, I'm also similar to Tony Robbins. I'm also similar to Richard Branson. I'm similar to them on some business shit. I'm similar to Russell Simmons. So I might be a little bit like Suge Knight in some ways. If you fucked with my business in a way that was literally going to fuck away my eating, yo, we're beefing. Like, that's just not even a fucking thought. Like, I'm going to find out where you at, and we fucking, but it's never really happened. I never had anybody try to extort me. Probably because I'm one of those dudes that it's not worth it to bother with, man. There's too many other people you're gonna bother with before me because I'm probably the dude that ain't gonna fucking give you a fucking penny. So you're not gonna come to me first. You're gonna go to the biggest pussy hole, try to take his fucking shit. But my point is, a lot of people have Suge type tendencies, but are you Suge? No. If you were really Suge level, you're in prison right now for murder for the rest of your life. If you're really Suge. If you're really like Suge. But you could be similar to him. You have those traits of, I'm not taking shit. I'm not doing this. Listen, I got traits, I guess, I never really thought of it, of some of the softer dudes. I mean, I feel super bad right now.
I mean, I think you're smart. I think you were business smart, so you're like, I'm probably not going to do that right now because I'm doing so well business-wise. You know what I mean? Like,
well, I've always thought through my consequences. See, I always notice a lot of kids from the hood in the area where I grew up, they would go rob cribs, they would do this, they would do that. I mean, I know a lot of people, actually, different kids that I fucked with, that would rob people without masks. And I would be like, oh, I don't understand. I can't even understand that logic. Are you a fucking moron? Why the fuck would you rob anywhere without a mask? Because I don't care, nigga. Because nigga. I'm like, no, you're a fucking moron. I mean, you just let them know who you are, you fucking idiot. Yeah. And this is the mentality of people. A lot of people don't think about circumstances, although consequences. Now, me, I would think of the consequences. I was like, okay, if I do that crime, what's going to be the, well, you know what I'm saying? What could happen here? Oh, I'm like, I'm going to do 10 years. I'm probably not going to do the crime, bro. Because I'm just smart. I'm like, nah, that's dumb. You know what I mean? There was times I did dumb shit because it was desperate. You know, like I robbed the gas station across the street from Brookline Projects with a fake gun. Why did I do it? Because at the time I didn't have any money. I wanted a combination, $5 combination plate. Back then you could get egg roll, fucking chicken nuggets, rice, and a soda and a soup for like $5. So I knew if I got a good 20, 30 bucks, and you want to laugh? I robbed the fucking place, and it doesn't matter if you have a fake gun. If I would have got caught, I would have been treated like any robbery.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so I'm thinking I got money. I run through the projects to get away, and my boys are waiting in the car on the other side. This is just one of many things I've done. I'm just mentioning this because it's humorous. And we get in the car, and we're like, yo, let's go hit the weed spot up. And I thought I got a knot fat like this. I was like, yo. And it was all singles. It was all fucking singles. So maybe like $20 or $25. But I thought I was getting 20s or something, you know? So, like, I did that because I was desperate. That was definitely way before I really had a plan of Necro as a brand and all that. You know what I mean? So when you're young, I get doing dumb shit. You're going to do some stupid ass shit. At some point, you need to wise the fuck up. And become, because here's the thing. Anything that you could do illegally, you could do legal. If you notice, all the dudes that did illegal, all the guys that are featured on Flip the Script, podcast, Queens Flip, and all these, you know, gangsters, and they're all pretty smart dudes. You notice they're usually quiet, they're calculated, they're not rah-rah. They're like, yeah, we used to do this, we used to do that. But because they were doing illegal shit in New York City at the time or where they were from, they ended up getting locked up because there's way more people trying to lock you than you being the one only smart guy. So now these guys, if they would have taken that energy and applied it to legal, they'd be rich millionaires. They'd be puffies. They'd be fucking Master P's. So, you know, like, I was able to take the kind of that energy, that street energy, and apply it to the Necro brand legally. And because I just, you know, I made a post today. I used to literally, my Uncle Howie, Rikers Island.
R.I.P. Uncle Howie, R.I.P.
Thank you. Rikers Island is one of the most famous jails, probably in the planet, but it's in Queens, and it's legendary New York fucking jail. That you could be like, I think you could get locked up there for like a year or whatever, like the most, and then you get transferred.
Yeah.
Uncle Howie used to be up on Rikers like he fucking lived there, like it was the grocery store, back and fucking forth, Rikers. And he used to call me collect. My mother said, do not accept collect calls from Howie because they costed money. You know, could have been $10, $15, $20, $30 a call. But I would get the call, Uncle, Howard Tenenbaum is calling you from Rikers Island. And I'm a young little kid, and I'm like, I can't shit on this dude. I knew he was locked up somewhere bad. I was like, I'm not telling him no. He needs me. And I would get on the phone, and he would be like, yeah, you don't want to come on here. You think you tough, Ronnie? You know, this ain't where you want to be. I seen someone get cut today. You know, and then he would put on inmates, like grimy fuck, yo, I'm here with your uncle. Yo, you want to come here? We'll fuck you up. So I kept hearing that as a 7, 8-year-old, 9-year-old. And so that kind of makes you smarter, too. Howie actually helped me by doing that.
I was actually going to ask you that, but not even about Howie. I was going to say about, anyways, go on. I don't want to cut you off.
You know what it is? A lot of kids don't have that influence. They don't have the man.
Hey, hold on. Yo, Necro, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
It gives me a 1 hour, so I got to press end. Come back on in 30 seconds. Right. Cool? Okay. Come back on in 30 seconds.
I understand. It happens to me all the time.
Yeah. It's a 1 hour thing.
What up?
What up? Hold on 1 second. Look.
All right.
Ready? Oh, that was pathetic.
What'd you do? You cut a fart?
Yeah, it was pathetic.
Oh, okay. You're getting down like that, huh?
Yes.
I hear that. I be doing that to bitches. I just to see if the chick will get repulsed or not, because my mentality is pure abundance with women. So I don't give a fuck what a chick thinks, even if she's hot. Like, she could go fuck herself. So I'll test bitches with like the grimiest shit just to see their reaction. And the funny thing is, the hotter the chick, they like it. It's like bitches want to get abused because they're so used to dudes kissing their ass that they're like, wow, this guy don't even care. I'm like, hey, you know you love farts, bitch.
Yo, my word to everything, I sneezed in a girl's face first date. She fell in love with me.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. In the end of the day, chicks are so used to getting fucking ass kissed, they don't respect a man if he doesn't show fucking not giving a fuck. It's just how the world is. The world right now is crazy. Women got to the point right now where literally, like, they're more powerful than men with their fucking OnlyFans bullshit. Like, they got more fans than we do. I see chicks, and yeah, listen, they look good, but, like, they don't have no talent. And these bitches are destroying me on social media.
Yeah.
Like these chicks, you know, listen, and I'm not hating. It's just like, because I love the hot bitches, but, like, you know, you just have to adapt, man. We're in a new world. We're in a world where you need to really get your hustle on, because some chick with a fat ass is going to put you out of business.
How many groupies estimate have you fucked from rap? I know you're the.
You know what's funny, bro? I don't fuck as much as people think I do, because they assume, because you know why? Because I'm picky, and I'm very picky about who I'll get with, because I'm kind of brainwashed from porn. So I don't get with anything that's being offered. Excuse me. I will be a little bit more picky. It has to be someone I'm really feeling. Now, there have been times where I had a good streak. So, for example, when I fucking toured Europe one tour, I fucked 17 girls in 1 month. But let me just explain though. That took about a year of preparation of, like, all these chicks messaging me saving their numbers, you know, only the hottest ones. Every time I went to a country, I made sure in advance I'm speaking to them. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot of work. They were all hot. Not one of them busted from, let's say, that 17. But it's very hard to fuck 17 women on a tour, man. You're tired. You're coming in from plane. They're expecting you to be like the biggest fucking porn star ever. It's like, first of all, I'm not a porn star, girl. Meaning it's back to the gangster shit I mentioned. I am porn-like. A porn star, these guys are in perfect health. Perfect. They don't take drugs. They're resting hours before they fuck the girl. Totally fucking rested. I'm on tour. I'm mad tired. I'm up for 12 hours. They want me to be a fucking porn star in a movie. I'm like, listen, if I feel horny to fuck you, you're going to get fucked correctly. But don't just expect it, like as if like I owe you to fuck you like a porn star. Like, nah, you need to put some work in.
Let's talk porn stars. Who's your favorite porn stars? You watch porn. I know you do. We all watch porn.
You know, yeah, but you know what it is with porn? Like, how can you have a favorite porn star? At the end of the day, every week there's a brand new girl.
But you just scroll through kind of shit. You just scroll through them.
Well, in Europe, which is kind of like my favorite porn because I like the Euro accent and I just like the way they act, cooler. There's a new one from Russia every fucking day. Every day from Ukraine or Russia or Netherlands. And I get bored with chicks because think about it. You're seeing their asshole fucking reamed. They're kind of boring after you see that. After you literally see their guts, it's kind of hard to have like, oh, I still like her. Nah, I'm kind of good on you. Next.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. If we were looking at a site right now, you would just see so many. There'd be so many we could say, oh, she's hot, she's hot.
You like blonde girls. You like blonde girls.
I like anything. I mean, okay, my favorite chicks are Colombians, to be honest with you. Like the Latinos that you'll see on like Chatterbait, like on those sites, like from Colombia.
Yeah. Some
are fake. They have the fake titties, but I like the attitude of Latino girls from South America. They're willing to please. They have this attitude of whatever you want.
It's true. It's true.
Where other chicks be like, oh, you want me to twerk? What does this look like? Like, shut the fuck up, bitch. Your whole life is revolving around twerking. Now you trying to give me attitude? Like, that's right. Their whole life, their whole page is about them twerking, but when you ask them anything about it, they're giving you a fucking attitude. Like,
I know.
Like, that's like you asking me about rap, and anyone who asks me about rap, I'm like giving them a fucking attitude. Fuck you asking me about rap, man. Yo, that's what I do. That's what I promote. You're promoting your fucking asshole. Yeah, you're bothered that anybody asks anything about your asshole.
It's true.
Oh, porn stars are the worst, bro. Porn stars from Cali are the biggest hypocrites on the planet. They literally take it in their asshole 7 times a day, but if you ask them anything about it, why are you asking me about that?
Yeah.
What do you mean, why am I asking you about it? It's your job. Yeah, well, I don't want to talk about my job. I do that for 7 hours. Yo, they're almost angry.
that they're taking it up their ass for 7 hours
But
a day.
but they love people like you because you degrade them. I seen in an interview way back in the day, like way YouTube days.
They love and hate me. It's like
Here's
here's how women are. Women love and hate you.
Remember Penny, the porn star? She talked to you on the phone in the streets.
Yeah, but she was fucking busted, wasn't she? She wasn't even hot, really.
She was
no disrespect to her. I didn't think she was that hot anyway, though. Did you?
No.
Yeah, so it was like, it was listen, porn, I tried to get involved in the porn world. Porn world is a very closed world, and they don't want nobody involved in it. So you have to literally be, the way you are in Battle World and I am as Necro, we would have to be like that in porn to break into porn. They will not allow us. Like, if some guy messages you now, and he talks about battling, but, like, he's not praising you, he's more talking about himself, you're going to be like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you're messaging me. Ask me about my shit. I don't want to hear about. I mean, you might be nice, but there's a line. If they get 10 messages in a row, like, yo, bro, get the fuck out of here, D. I got dudes that message me, and the fucking is 25 messages about their fucking rap career. Like, really? Go fuck yourself, bro. Because because I'll show you love. I'll say peace, respect, salute. Now keep it fucking moving, bro. Don't make some fucking fans. Don't try to fucking turn me into a brand new Puff Daddy. Like I'm stopping my life. Like I ain't got my own bills. I need to stop my own life to listen to your fucking rap from whatever fucking third world country you're from. Like get off your fucking ass. And that's no disrespect to the third world countries.
I know.
I'm popping very heavy in those countries, so I'm getting a lot of those rappers on my nuts in a way that's not respectful. Respectful is pay respect, keep it fucking moving. I don't want to fucking be. I'm not your fucking manager, G. You thought you was gonna message Necro and I'm gonna become your fucking manager for your fucking career when you got fucking less than 1,000 followers?
Yeah. I even questioned sending you my tranny battle clip, but I was like, nah. I'm not. At first, I was like, let me not.
Established, and and if we kick it, it's like when I kick it. Listen, when I respect established people because they put the fucking work in. If you put the work in, you can expect shit. But these people, you look at their platforms, you check their YouTube, they didn't put any work in. So if you didn't put fucking work in, don't ask for dick. Spend more time making fans. Don't go up to a rapper and try to make a rapper your fan. No. Go make fans your fans. Go up to people. Get people to fuck with you. But what they want is easy way out. Let me get with this rapper. They think they're gonna message Necro, and I'm somehow gonna make them famous overnight because they're so fucking good. They're just so fucking good, bro. Half these people don't even speak English. I don't know what you're rapping, bro. Yeah. Why would you think I'm gonna like it? How could I like it? Oh, you'll translate it. You think I got that much fucking time on my hands to listen to your shit and translate your fucking shit? You must think highly of me. I must be the biggest bum fucking loser that I need that I have an hour to spare to listen to your shit and translate it. Like, yo, I'm telling you, people are fucking delusional. Internet created this world of people that are not in reality. The world that I come from, we came from a reality where if you didn't put fucking major work in and show that you were fucking incredible, people were not fucking. Here's the thing: you could be incredible and you'll get shitted on right to your face too. So like, and here's the thing, man. I'm an inspiring person. I'm one of them dudes where I have like zero tolerance for crap. So it's like, I love everybody who's cool, but I have no problem telling an asshole that he's a fucking asshole and he should go fuck himself. Because, like, they're not respecting my time. You know what I mean? Like, in their head, they're not thinking about me. Think about it. It's all about them. Necro, check me out. What do you mean check you out, B? Like, nah. I mean, I don't got time to check you out. I don't got enough time to finish my own shit, bro. I got to finish my own shit, man. I'm procrastinating on my own fucking new shit.
Straight up.
They don't get it. They don't get it. And it's like, and listen, that's why, listen, I will probably say 95%, because we have to let people know the truth here. 95% of people are cool. We just tend to notice the 5% of the assholes that stand out, that annoy us. But I would say 95% of people that message me are actually pretty chill. and they're showing love and they're being cool. But it's those 5% that fucking badger you every day, you know, and then you end up
You must be a nice guy now, because I disagree. I mean, from my I would think it's like 35% are cool, and the rest are just trying to get me to share their fucking shit. They want me to be. They want a stepping stone. I feel like
I agree. Yeah, I mean, listen. You know, the percentage doesn't matter. We both agree on the premise.
Yeah.
It's not like we're gonna sit here and quantify it, because that's another waste of our fucking time. But bottom line, we both get fucking annoyed by people. That fucking way.
Well, let me ask you something, Necro. And I commented under your status months ago or weeks ago. You said something about you know, it was an honor to meet KRS-One and blah 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 blah. He's a legend, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And I wrote under it, fuck him. He's a goof. And goof, where I'm from, means like a pedophile or a rat or some shit like that.
KRS-One? I didn't see that comment.
Well, I'm commenting on the whole Africa Bambaataa shit, and if you know about that, right? How he kind of like he basically condoned it. He goes, I don't care about that. I could care less. He goes, it doesn't tarnish his legacy, even if he did fuck these little boys.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, and that's a little weird. I don't understand why KRS-One is saying that. It might be because I'm going to tell you why. You want to know why he's saying it? This is why he's saying it. This is why he's saying it. No, I don't know about that. I mean, listen, I'm not going to stand up on here and disrespect KRS and say he's a dick sucker, because I don't know that for a fact, and KRS is a legend. But here's what I think, to answer what you're saying. The reason I think he might be playing that, what you said he was playing, is because he spent his whole career bigging that guy up. Literally, probably every interview on the planet of KRS is him saluting Africa Bambaataa. He will look like the biggest douchebag to his legacy of... Imagine Necro if every fucking interview I did on the planet was me bigging up a pedophile. So KRS-One is probably in his head like, oh my God, what did this guy do? I've been bigging this asshole up for the last fucking 30 years. Every interview, he says Africa Bambaataa is the man. And now that dude came out as a pedophile. So I'm going to tell you, I wouldn't want to be KRS-One, bro, in that situation.
Well, what would you do? What would you do if me and you were best friends your whole life, or Ill Bill, even though that's your brother, I won't bring him in. Someone that you were real close to your whole life, you found out he's sucking these little boys' dicks and raping little boys. Someone like Necro?
Well, obviously, I don't support pedophilia, so, you know what I mean? The reality is I would never be down with anybody, you know what I mean? Who? Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second, all right?
Yeah.
It's so hot in here. Fucking, I don't know why it's so hot today, bro. It's weird because it's still cool. Just gotta wipe myself down. Holy shit. Also, you know, I get real excited when hip hop conversations happen, and I get excited. You know what I mean? Like, because hip hop is fucking life. Yo, it's crazy. I mean, KRS-One, that's a fucked up situation to be in, to be supporting a fucking dude who's a pedophile. And I mean, here's the thing. Do we know for a fact that Africa Bambaataa is a pedophile, though? I watched everything, excuse me, from Hassan Campbell and all that. I'm just saying, do me or you know for a solid fact that Africa Bambaataa is an actual on-paper pedophile?
No.
Okay, so that's also, that never came across my mind, because at the time, there was so much news about it that I was just like, oh, wow, he is. But now that we're talking about it, I mean, first of all, I would want to have, pure confirmation that is straight up fact. I like the dude Hassan Campbell. I think he's a good podcast guy. He does his thing. So, you know, I'm not going to say he's lying. I mean, you know, I don't know the guy. You know what I mean? I just don't fucking know this guy.
And why Africa Bambaataa? Like, why? I don't think all these people are lying. Like, why him? Why him?
Well, here's the thing. If he's a pedophile, he's a scumbag. And you know what's crazy? What Hassan Campbell said recently. He made a point. He goes, even till now, Africa Bambaataa will have a crew that will fuck you up if you step to him. So you're dealing with a dude that, you know, you probably can't just walk up to him and punch him in his fucking face and say you're a pedophile, because he's with them Zulu goons and those guys are ill Bronx dudes, and you're probably not going to just walk up and sun them. So why are those dudes still fucking with him? You got to ask yourself a couple of questions here. Why are these ill Bronx
Bronx fucking project Goonies down with this big, why are they still fuck with him? Are they giving him a pass? Is it part of the culture? I don't know, man. There's so many little things, but I'm going to tell you, me personally, I would never be down with somebody who's a pedophile. And thank God nobody I fuck with is ever going to come out like that, because the people you mentioned, none of them do that. You know what I mean? So here's the thing, bro. Hassan Campbell knew back then he was. I understand he was getting abused, but I'm saying these dudes been knowing it. You're asking me in 2020 if I find out somebody who I fuck with is a pedophile? Bro, I would know already by now in 2020. You know what I mean? So, like, if it comes out in 2020, I would be shocked. What else could me or you do? What would you do? You would be shocked. You would be in shock. You would ask the person, yo, bro, is that true? like you're getting cut off.
If me personally,
they should be in prison.
If I found out someone was a real pedophile and I did an interview for an hour, not really condoning it, but saying it's okay, being who I am and who I know and other shit like that, I might leave that meeting and get really badly hurt the second I step out the door.
Listen, check this out. KRS-One has always been known to be a little weird. Like, I heard over the years, he's the type of dude constantly has a brand new number. I'll keep the same number for 10 fucking years. I always thought people that change their number constantly, that's a little weird. That's the kind of the trait of a shady person. A person that fucks people over or acts shady and then their numbers change. Why would you change your number so much? Who are you trying to avoid? Right. So, like, obviously that's a random thing to say, but I heard that about him.
No. That means you're very observant. That you're a very observant person. I think the exact same way, bro. Those little tiny character traits. And by the way, I'm not trying to get you to talk about him. It is what it is.
No. You can get me to talk about KRS. I'll tell you why. Because KRS is one of our legends. It's different than talking about Token, who to me is not a legend. I don't know him like that. He's a new rapper, and I didn't hear enough of his shit. I know KRS. KRS is a legend. He's an elder OG. We can discuss this, because this is something that's important to discuss. It's not important whether Necro likes Token. That's bullshit. That don't fucking mean a damn thing. Us talking about this, that's an important subject in hip-hop. Right. That's something that we should discuss. You know what I mean? Now, it's one thing if KRS was my homie. I don't know him like that. I only took a picture with him, and he was a nice guy at the picture at Rock the Bells. Maybe if I knew him, it would be disrespect. I might be getting a call from him.
Superhead
he wanted to come over and fight me. Like, yo,
Superhead said he got a small cock. Superhead said he got a small cock.
Superhead? I'm surprised Superhead got with KRS. That's a surprise in itself.
No.
She got with him? No,
she said, yeah. She said KRS had the smallest
cock. She had a kid with G-Rap.
She said KRS got the smallest cock and Mystical had the biggest.
Yeah, but you know that bitch is shiesty as hell. G-Rap told me she's shiesty. Like, you know, she made up a lot of shit just for the book. But, you know, hey, listen, man, I'm going to be honest with you, bro. And, you know, and I'm down for trollery and foulness and jokes. I am. I'm with it all. You know what I'm saying? Here, I'll give you an example. It's Pat. You don't know what it's from, do you?
It's Pat.
Saturday Night Live. Listen. I'm down for trolling and all that, right? But here's my point, though. There's times and places, right? So, like, with you, I wouldn't really troll you because I don't get that vibe. And I get the vibe you want to talk real serious hip-hop. So, like, with KRS-One, you know, and his dick and all that, I don't give a fuck about his dick size. When I think of KRS-One specifically, I'm thinking about that this is a OG legend of hip-hop. I don't understand why he felt the need to stick up for Africa Bambaataa. Right. It's got to be because he has a serious fucking relationship with that guy. I mean, I'm talking a relationship that maybe me or you can't relate to. Like, meaning we could relate to it to people we know. So, you know, like, that's how I took it. I was like, yo, he must feel so loyal to Africa Bambaataa that he is almost trying to not tarnish. And not only that, remember what I told you, a key thing. He doesn't want a guy who he bigged up in every interview. This makes KRS look fucking whack. Do you understand? The actions of Africa Bambaataa tarnish KRS-One. It benefits KRS-One to have people believe, nah, it's a lie. KRS-One must have been in such a fucking weird situation, bro.
No, I agree.
Wait, hold on. The fat bastard Merc is in. What up, cunt? He mentioned my sweaty neck. Well, you have to understand, Mercury's tits must be dripping right now. With fucking, am I wrong? Let's keep it real. Right now, currently, is Merc's tits not dripping fucking milk everywhere?
Oh yeah, 2%. 2%.
Nah, skim milk. What up, Merc? But yo,
Merc,
bro, yo, listen. I could talk with you all day about the Kara shit. It's a fucking weird, very weird situation, bro. So I hear where you're coming from. I can't tell you you're wrong, bro, because that's how you feel.
Here's a random subject, and I know this is super over the blue. I don't give a fuck about interview shit. I just like talking hip hop with you. You know, there's one New York person who I loved so much when he was coming up, and I feel like he would have been such a star if he would have been led in the right path. You know who that was? Shaheem from Wu-Tang.
Shout out to Shaheem. He just got out of jail.
Man, again, see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
you didn't know?
I knew that.
There's a whole Vlad interview.
I thought you said he went in. I was like, fuck, okay, cool.
He's been doing a lot, that dude. I mean, listen, I don't know much about dude. You know what I mean? Like I don't. When I say I don't know, I know much about him, like a fan knows, or watching the Vlad interviews. But I mean, I can't say I can't tell you if I thought someone would be a big star, because the thing that it takes to do that is consistent music over the years, constantly. You know what I'm saying? And you got to really be able to build a huge fan base. And it's very difficult for a lot of rappers who might have been down with certain crews to always get what the crew has. You know what I'm saying? Like Raekwon is going to have a fan base because of Wu-Tang that many people who are associated with Wu-Tang might never get, because they don't have a Cuban part one. And they weren't on every dope Wu-Tang song that blew up, from Cream to, you know, to Protect Your Neck. So it's going to be hard to compete with certain rappers. Certain people will never, ever be able to compete with Necro. And Necro's going to have a hard time competing with certain people.
Hey, do me a favor, man. Yes. Name some people who have tried to copy Necro and try to be Necro, but just couldn't cut it because there's no one like you. Can you? You don't have to name.
Well, here's the thing. I'm not going to mention any of those people because those are people that I probably have beef with. So I'm not going to give light to garbage rappers that try to bite my shit.
I'm not looking for clout or that type of shit.
There's certain dudes that I'm cool with that have kind of bit a little bit of my style. If I say right now, literally, that dude is a Necro biter, it's literally going to be taken from these kids right now to that dude's inbox. And I'm friends with the guy.
Gore-Tex, are your buddies? Gore-Tex and all them or whatever? Vortex?
I'm not buddies with that guy. That guy is a piece of shit. And if you look him up online right now, he has 0 fans. His career is down the tubes. Now, I'm talking about successful dudes that are successful. And some I'm friends with and some I'm not. But in the end of the day, I don't want to give light to people that I feel bit my shit or not huge supporters of my shit.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Listen, I'm down to give love to people who I feel deserve love. Like, let's give love to Big Pun. Rest in peace. Somebody who died too young. He's someone who deserves fucking love because he was at such a pinnacle fucking level and didn't get to reach it. And that's a big shame. Where you got these other rappers that been here the whole time Pun's been dead and they didn't fucking ever elevate 1 fucking second. They've been lazy on their fat fucking asses alive, not giving us fire. Can you imagine the shit we would have had from a Pun right now? Bro, I don't think he would have got lazy and whack. I think he would have been hitting us off with fire.
My first album I ever bought, as far as a CD with Terror Squad, my first tape was Fushnikins.
Oh, I remember Fushnikins. I'm a true what? I'm a true Fushnik. I'm a true what? I'm a true Fushnik.
I had it all.
Were dope. I mean, listen, but you know, now Fushnikins were part of that time with the native tongues and all that. And all. It was an era where that worked. But if you notice how Fushnikins were rocking all the Chinese stuff. They had like rapping out of fried rice containers, dressing up like Bruce Lee. But then Wu-Tang came out with this serious Asian shit, and that blew up on a level of Fushnikins are gone because Wu-Tang did it longevity correctly. Fushnikins did it just for that fucking year. It was cool. They didn't
Chip
have.
Fu was dope though. Chip Fu with all the
I'm
animated.
not saying they weren't dope, but listen, I'll never diss those guys. You'll never catch Necro dissing fucking I never heard of her, Merc. Dissing fucking Fushnikins, I would never diss rappers from that time frame. Those guys were all awesome. I loved all those guys just because they were out. They were good. All those guys were people who would be on Video Music Box. You would see their videos, and it was good. Like I didn't really like Kwame, but I liked Fushnikins. I was a fan of Fushnikins. But the point I was making is Fushnikins were doing like an Asian kind of theme, like in their videos. But then Wu-Tang came, and the Wu-Tang did it a little bit more serious, I think. Fushnikins came off a little more satire. Wu-Tang was doing it like, yo, we're really on some kung fu shit lyrically. And that's why their shit was able to blow up. Also, remember, you have like 8 fucking dudes. The beats were way more darker. They got signed by Loud. You know what I mean? It's a whole different fucking world. So, you know, a lot of things. Remember, Loud did. Steve Rifkin did a lot for a lot of people, bro. Without Steve Rifkin, you probably wouldn't have had Mob on the level they were. Pun wouldn't have blown up. Wu-Tang wouldn't have blown up. And that's a straight-up Jewish dude. You know how people are so quick. I'm a Jewish dude, if anybody doesn't know. But you know how people always diss Jews. The Jew, yeah, you wouldn't have had fucking all those Loud record guys blow up if not for the Jewish guy. So, you know, like, same thing if you didn't have Rick Rubin. You wouldn't have had Run DMC. My point, there's always all different types of cultures involved in hip-hop. You got your black guys, you got your Latin guys, you got your white guys. And at the end of the day, hip-hop really was not just one culture. So even though I do have respect for Lord Jamar, technically, hip-hop was not, from the beginning, only black people. Because there was a lot of white dudes who put their money on the line, who straight up said, yeah, $100,000.
I've seen Buckshot say something about that, too. He was really speaking.
He has to, because his partner's Drew Ha, and Drew Ha's a Jew, and Drew Ha's his partner, and obviously he loves Drew Ha. So shout out to Drew Ha. So obviously, Buckshot knows. But, you know, funny enough, Lord Jamar, he said recently, he was like, in the 2000s, a lot of the black rappers dropped the ball, and it was white underground rappers that picked it up. And he bigged up Apathy and Vinnie Paz. So even Lord Jamar, who was totally pro-black, he had to tell the truth and say, come the early 2000s, it was these white boys that were like, yo, we need to keep the culture still underground hardcore, because a lot of the black rappers were getting big major deals and putting out commercial garbage. And it was the white boys, like a Necro or, you know, or Nonfiction or Jedi Mind Tricks. We were putting out records that were basically same as the shit Loud Records was doing. Yeah. But we didn't have Loud Records, so we were dropping it with Land Speed Records. And I was dropping shit with Fat Beats. So basically, what is Fat Beats and Land Speed and Selecta Hits? It's the continuation of Loud Records, of that mind state, the mentality. It was first Def Jam, all that shit. Then it went to Loud, right? In 95, they blew everything up. And then come the 2000s, it was Fat Beats and it was Land Speed. And we were the dudes that did all the big deals. I dropped I Need Drugs on Land Speed. Cormega dropped his debut on Land Speed. Freddie Fox dropped his debut on Land Speed. Jedi Mind Tricks dropped their debut on Land Speed. You know what I'm saying? We all, that whole school was us keeping it alive. And, you know, it is what it is. The whack thing about the rappers that came from 2010 and forward, they don't salute us 2000 guys. The way that we salute all the 90s and 80s guys, the 2010 turned into a thing where they won't say Necro. No, you know who will say a Necro? A Mercules will, or a Snack the Ripple will. But notice, these are white dudes from Canada that have always supported the Necro brand, where the New York type of black crowd, they ain't trying to be like, yeah, listen to Necro. West Side Gun, he gave me some props recently, but it's less. It's more of like, people don't want to give us the props because you know why? Because in 2010, they're blowing up so easily from online. They're able to put a video on YouTube. They get a fucking deal. They're blowing up. So they're like, why do we need to show respect? Why do you think?
Well, also because, like, you know, I mean, not a lot of brothers that I know are into, like, you know, necrophiliac type shit, fuck, you know, all that type of shit, except for maybe like a Brother Lynch Hung. You know, other than that,
I never heard of her. But
no, Brother Lynch Hung? You never heard of Brother Lynch?
Listen, my whole style is not just necrophiliac. You know what I mean? The reality is, what you're basically saying is a white boy that raps hardcore that keeps it thugged out. That's never blown up. You've never really seen white boys from the street that will blow the shit fucking up on some crazy shit. It's very rare that you see that, and the industry doesn't like it because they view it like we've always been considered like we're wannabes. So I'm basically a wannabe, right? But listen, but all the black rappers want to be Meyer Lansky and Bugsy Siegel and Al Capone. So all my ancestors, Bugsy, Meyer Lansky, or my Italian friends, their ancestors, all the black guys say that they're them. But yet us, we're the children, we're pussy, right? We're not real. Like, the media created such bullshit that they painted it to the point that we are not legitimate. It's not like that now. I'm talking go back to 2000, go back to 93, go back to 98. We had to drop on Fat Beats. We couldn't get a fucking deal with Arista back then. Arista was not even trying to fucking hear it. So you had to put your shit out with Fat Beats, so you would not be heard. Here's the gorgeous beauty of Fat Beats. I became famous overnight fucking with Fat Beats. Fat Beats took my 12-inch, got me a publicist, put me in every European magazine. Overnight, the whole culture of underground people were listening to Necro. And that fucking fueled me because I was like, yeah, okay, I don't need my stupid lawyer. You know, my lawyer is the one that got Eminem a fucking deal and told me nobody wants to sign white boys. So my own lawyer is telling me he can't get me a deal, but he's involved in the Eminem deal. So I'm like, yo, this is never going to happen, man. I just don't have what it takes. I am lacking whatever it takes connection-wise or charisma-wise to get anyone to sign me. I'm going to do this independently. I'm just going to basically make fan after fan. I'm going to bring every person I come in touch with. You're either a fan of mine or we got beef.
And you are very successful at that. Bro, you have maintained success with a cult following for, I don't know how old you are, but bro, this long, not many people do that, bro. Not many people do that. Like, you know
why a lot of these dudes can't fucking do it? A lot of these dudes can't do it because a lot of them didn't. Here's a metaphor that'll explain it even better. There's a mountain. This guy who was on a major label tries to climb the mountain, right? He was taken and airlifted to the top of the mountain. He didn't have to climb it. He didn't have to go through the pain of building the muscles to get to the top. He eventually falls off, goes back to the bottom. He can't climb it. He doesn't have the muscles. He doesn't have the tools. He cannot get to the top. I literally climbed, no helicopter, year after year after year, finally get to the top. If King Kong tried to knock me off the top, he can't because I'm so strong on the top now that when King Kong comes, bow, bow, bow. The major label guys, they get knocked right to the floor the second their deal's fucked. They're right back to the bottom. They don't know how to release a record. They don't even have any money in the bank. Do you know most of these rappers probably don't even have $5,000 saved in the bank? That's straight up truth, unless they tour. If there's like a Lords of the Underground, for example, always tour. So they probably got money. Shout out to them. But not a lot of those groups from back then are touring groups who were able to build that kind of fucking business. And if you look at their fucking the credits on Spotify of a lot of these old Legends albums, it's Cold Chillin', it's Def Jam, they're not getting money, bro. I'm telling you,
Lords of the
Underground
Underground
are going to other dudes.
Lords of the Underground are still touring?
I don't want to speak a lot on Lords of the Underground because I don't know a lot of their business, but yes, Lords of the Underground is known to do very well in Europe on tour.
Europe is great. How do you like touring Europe? Europe is the most supportive hip-hop group.
Europe, you don't know? I got banned from Europe for 3 years from 26 countries.
Okay. You're not allowed to?
You didn't know anything about that? That happened in Switzerland. I had a big beef and a lot of drama, ruckus, and I got banned, but I've been back.
Okay.
But, and I did one tour. And yeah, of course I love Europe. I mean, Europe is, listen, it's a lot of work, bottom line. Any tour requires you to fucking really dig deep because you're doing all these flights. You know what I mean? You have to put on great shows even when you get sick. You have to, it's not an easy fucking thing. But, so, for me, I'm like, it's bittersweet. It's like it's like a double-edged sword. I love it and I kind of hate it. It's like, it's like, because it's major work, but I'll get to fuck more girls in a week than I'll fuck probably home. So it's cool. But, you know, in the end of the day, I'm outgrowing that too. Like, you know, like the groupie thing gets a little played the fuck out at this point. After a while, it becomes played out. And I would prefer to have down-ass chicks in New York City over, oh, I'm in Paris one night and I get this groupie in Paris. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah, Necro. Let me ask you, man. Let me ask you. What did you think about that fucking documentary on Netflix, The Evolution of Hip Hop? I thought that was dope as fuck.
I like it. I enjoy it. I watched every episode.
Dope.
Yeah,
So,
it's definitely dope. I like it a
wow.
lot.
You did a great job, man. Shad, he did a good job, bro. That was crazy.
It's definitely dope. I enjoy it a lot. I mean, I watch it. Bottom line, if you're watching it, you know it's good. I mean, because there's so many episodes. You know, listen. In a way, check this out. Since we're talking, where's the underground rap one? Where he features me, Vinny Paz, Immortal Technique, a nonfiction.
Bro, he should have.
Even you.
No, he should have. The Shad is underground.
Where are all these other dudes that exist? You notice how he's kind of keeping it to Eminem and Black only? The Black world and M. Like, yo, bro, there's a lot of white MCs, my G. So I like it, but where's the shit that features us?
Right. To be honest, man, like, fuck the crowd, fuck the live. I absolutely think you guys should have been mentioned for sure, especially from Shad.
It paused for a second.
No, I'm saying like,
bro, it paused for a second.
Cool.
Hold on a second. It paused. Okay, now go.
Good. I'm saying, you know, forget the audience, forget the live. I mean this. I absolutely think you guys should have been on that, and especially from being Shad. He's an underground rapper himself. The guy that did the whole thing, he's an underground rapper himself.
Yo, maybe he's gonna. Maybe he didn't get to it yet. Maybe he figures he needed to do the most mainstream first, right. And he might come to us. But I'm just saying, as of this point, I like it. I think it's fucking great. Listen, it entertains me. Somebody said I'm gay. I just want to say something to that guy. Your mother's gay. No, if your mother's gay, she looks pussy. Your father's gay. I heard your father sucks dicks 24/7 on the corner somewhere. But anyway, listen, you know, in the end of the day, I'm not going to stop my life if they don't feature me. Because remember I told you I don't care now. I'm at the point where I go directly to my fans. But it would be cool. I mean, if the guy's really trying to show the evolution, if you're going to use that word, you cannot fucking deny the evolution of hip-hop from 2000 and up. You can't act like the only shit in 2000 is T.I. and 50 Cent. Right. Basically, he's not including underground. He's including only mainstream. And you know why he's doing that? Because he wants to appeal to the most viewers.
He should have had a segment at least. Right.
And listen, maybe he'll do it. And listen, if he doesn't do it, I'm being honest with you. It's not even me being bitter. I don't even give a fuck. You know what I give a fuck about? This is what I give a shit about. My Spotify numbers. My music that's monetizing. Okay? They go Necro roast the chat. I'm not going to roast the chat because I'm kicking it with fucking Pat right now. And we're talking hip-hop. I'm not here to look at your comments and talk shit to you because that would be disrespectful to Pat. When we're on my own fucking thing, I'm going to roast whoever fucking says dumb shit to me. But anyway, because the guy said that, I don't think they understand this is a different format. We're in your format now. I'm in your world, so I want to give you what we want, what we care about right now, which is we're talking that real hip-hop shit. What was the thing you said before I got sidetracked?
Shad, and I hope that he covers the underground shit.
Like what I'm saying is, like, you know, we're in a world where I make music, okay, and then I monetize it immediately, and it monetizes to my fans, and I know they're listening to it. It would be wonderful if that guy can somehow include me in press that's going to get me heard more. But I'm not going to lose sleep over it because you could end up spending all your time worrying, how do I get that guy? And then he fucking rejects you anyway, and then you wasted all this energy and you feel like a piece of shit. But if you spent your time saying, let me just worry about my own fans, making some hot music, getting it to them, you end up growing and getting paid for it. Like, we're not going to get paid to be on that guy's fucking documentary. So it's not going to do shit for me, really. And the people he featured, they're already rich, all those guys. So it's, and if he featured some old guy who ain't making any money now, he ain't making dick off it anyway. So he's just going to feel good about himself. I'm glad you featured me. That's cool. But at the end of the day, like, I realize, Like, you need to be relevant. Like, is Al Pacino living in the past? Oh, when I did Dog Day Afternoon. Nah, man, he's making movies now, bro. And so it's like, if you're alive, you should be popping. If you're a dude that did rap 20 years ago, and the only thing that people can talk about today is what you did 20 years ago, I feel fucking bad for you. I actually fucking feel bad for you. Because what are you doing now? Are you the milkman? What the fuck do you do to make money? And that's not a diss at them. I'm saying, why did you stop doing what you were obviously good at?
Yeah.
Why did you stop? Especially if it's the easiest. And here's what's even more sad. If some of them are doing it now and you go and check their Spotify and there's like 5 listeners, that means they don't know how to pimp the current shit. They don't understand how to use Instagram correctly. They're too lazy. They don't understand how to use marketing and Facebook ads. So I feel bad for them even more because you know how to make music maybe still, but you have no clue how to pimp free social networks. It's like, yo, it's just fucking living in the past, man. It's why these little fucking fuckheads are calling us boomer. Because of fucking idiots, bro. And I'm not even a boomer. The funny thing is I'm a fucking millennial. I'm not a boomer. Boomer is fucking people born in 1949. I'm not a fucking boomer. But these little faggot-ass dickheads now, the young 20-year-olds, they'll call me a boomer. Like, bro, I'm not a baby boomer. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to shit on me. Like I'm talking like an old guy. I'm a millennial, bro. They probably think millennials old too, right? Oh, you're millennials. Go fuck yourself. Yeah, you can think what you want, but go to my Spotify now. I got a release that just dropped. I dropped 8 releases this year, and I got over 2 million unique listeners a year. And you know what one of these kids will say? Yeah, you ain't popping. You know why? Because they only think you're popping if you're Post Malone. Because they're real dumb cocksucker motherfuckers, these brand new kids. They feel if you're not the biggest guy on the planet, you just don't exist. That shows you their fucking mentality for music is the worst ever mentality. Because with me as a beat maker, I'll grab a fucking record from the 70s that maybe didn't do good, and we worship those dudes. And we'll sample them, and we're like, yo, these dudes were ill. We got mad respect for a dude from the 1975. Not because we care if he sold a lot of records on Blue Note Records. We're like, yo, that shit is fire. We respect music. These little faggots now, oh, you ain't popping? Oh, you only got 350,000? Man, you're not big. You're a failure. I'm a failure, bro. You live with your fucking mother, man. Can you even afford a fucking room somewhere? But that's the way these kids grew up. They're growing up on the internet as pussies, not getting punched in their faces every day for talking shit.
Yeah.
If you're from the hood and in the street, you talk shit, you have to deal with consequences, man. Somebody's going to fucking punch you in your mouth. You almost learn respect from being in the streets because if you fucking get too crazy, somebody's checking you. Who checks people now?
You know, you want me to tell you who might, aside from you and, other people that we've discussed, my 2 favorite rappers from Brooklyn. You know who Hands is? Brooklyn Hands?
I've heard the name before, but I'm not familiar. But the name, I've heard the name before.
He's dope as fuck. Nems.
Nems is a homie. So yeah, I fucks with Nems. I'm actually one of the first dudes, one of the first. I'm not going to say I'm the only one, but he gives me credit for helping him. I actually put him on my label. I got him on the cover of Hip Hop Connection. I put him on 100,000 sample CDs. I took him with me to LA. He performed and opened up all my biggest shows. And yeah, so I've helped Nems before. So, and he definitely does his thing.
Yo, what do you think about? So I'm gonna name my favorite rappers aren't your favorite rappers, and I had the same talk with R.A. the Rugged Man yesterday. I think you guys probably, you know, R.A. the Rugged Man. You guys cool?
We're not cool at all, actually. But obviously we know each other. But no, we're not cool.
Okay. That's not my business. So I said
it's a long fucking lasting beef that has not been resolved. But we definitely don't have to get into it because I definitely don't want to piss away my time with you talking about that guy.
Right, exactly. And like I said, I'm not an interviewer. I'm not
going to deny what you asked me. But yeah, nah.
Yeah, I'm not looking for clickbait things like that. I'm having a conversation. We could have this by ourselves. So
hold on. This guy goes because you're an asshole, Necro. But this guy, you don't know the fucking situation, so shut your fucking mouth. Because in person, I would smack you in your fucking mouth. You can say what you want inside a chat. Your people, they don't know the situation of shit, and they yap their fucking mouth. You know what I mean? But real men, they find out situations, and then you make your decision if you know who you like and who you want. But honestly, in 2020 right now, I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not concerned with that bullshit. I'm concerned with my shit, and I definitely don't sit around worrying about another rapper or somebody who I don't get along with or whatever. Like, it's literally, it's not my focus. If anything, we're all in competition. Let's keep it real. We're all competing. Everybody's dropping their best shit. Everybody wants fans, and everybody wants to be their best. You know what I mean? So I'm aware of that.
Me talking to RA was actually the first time I met him, just like this right now. I talked to him the other day, yesterday, yesterday. First time I ever met him, talked to him in my entire life, just like this. You know what I mean?
I mean, listen, we're old school dudes. We come from a fucking time where I'll verbally destroy your mother, you fucking faggot. But yeah, man, you know, listen, it is what it is. Dudes are from a old school era, you know, very competitive fucking era. Like everything I explained, me and all these other rappers, we all come from this fucking era, and it's a very egotistical era, and everyone thinks they're the fucking shit. And you know, it just is what it is, man. You know what I mean? And listen, not all of us get along. Some of us just don't fucking like each other.
You guys,
my mentality is
similar though. You guys are kind of similar.
And if you see me in the street, we can handle it with the fists. If not, do you? You know what I mean? That's my take on it. I'm at the point, and I think a lot of us are. We're at the age where we just don't give a fuck. We're caught up in our own fucking shit. But I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I'm cool with someone that I'm not cool with. You know what I mean? Like, nah.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm not gonna.
No, I get it. I get it. I saw you did your thing, so I was like, "Yo, you're just doing your thing." You know what I mean? Like,
I would have no idea. So let me skip that because
I appreciate being on your live anyway. You know what I mean? Because
I appreciate
you're a good dude. So it's like
I've been watching you since before I Need Drugs, before fucking all of it, man. Like,
okay, that's what's up, man.
Before
I Need Drugs, there was a lot of fat beat shit.
Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, yeah. The white slavery was my favorite.
Wait, listen, bro, your mother's a bitch. She got fucked in her asshole by this bottle right here.
Who are you speaking to? Some guy in the comment?
Yeah, some piece of shit keeps talking shit. His fucking mother gave blowjobs to the whole crew. So he's pissed off because his mother blew everybody in the crew. And listen, what can I do, Pat? Can I control that his mother is a backstage groupie? He was fucking at the show, sucking dicks. Now he's online. He's pissed off. I get it. Listen, I understand how he feels. His fucking mother literally has a huge gape. And listen, bro.
Yo, Necro,
and he has to look at that gape nightly because he's still living with his mother. I'm still with his mother in the same apartment.
Yo, who do you rate higher, Nate Dogg or Crooked I?
It's different. Nate Dogg is I know. Nate Dogg is more of a singer. Crooked I is a lyricist.
Do you love Nate Dogg?
Can't even compare them. They're equals because they're both repping that same set, that California, you know what I mean, set, but they do it in their own way.
You like Nate Dogg?
Wait, Merc's talking shit. Necro jerk off with his armpit. Listen, brother, you're gonna lubricate Pat's penis with your milk tits, Merc. Okay? How do you feel about that, Pat? Pat's like, get the fuck out of here.
No. I smashed Mercury's like 6 or 7 times. He's actually a good fuck.
Wait, so what's your question? Yeah, bro, it's hard to choose Nate and Crooked I. It's different because Nate Dogg's not really a lyricist. Nate Dogg is more of a singing ghetto gospel spitter, and also rest in peace to the guy.
Hell yeah. Okay, hey, listen, top 5 rappers ever.
Top 5 rappers ever: Cool G Rap, Big Pun, Prodigy.
Oh.
Necro.
Oh.
Nas.
Okay.
Oh, listen, obviously I'm going to put myself in there because if you don't think that you're one of the dopest, you should just give the fuck up.
I think your brother's really fucking dope too, man.
Well, you know, I'm not going to lie. Yo, what up, my brother? Damien's up in here. See, I haven't really been looking at my peoples that are up in here because I'm trying to focus on us kicking it.
Yeah.
Because I'll get caught up. Shout out to my boy Damien. Damien's an MMA fighter. Does his thing. Yeah, man.
Do you think MMA
like,
fighters?
listen, if you don't think you're one of the best, if you don't feel that, you're not going to have that fire, man. You need to feel you're one of the best. You know what I mean? So I feel I'm one of the best. You know what I mean? Like, bottom line, bro, if you're not one of your biggest fans, then that's fucked up.
There's no battle rapper right now in the entire universe that won't tell you that I'm either not the best or, like most people say, Disaster. I think he's the best. I beat Disaster.
I hear him mentioned a lot. I agree.
I beat Disaster, but I still think he's the best. But like, I know I'm the best in the entire universe at what I do.
What qualifies you to make someone the best? What would make somebody be a battle rapper the best? Is it wins? What makes someone the best?
I would say it's going against the top guys and just smoking them, and that's what I've been doing. I just go through the top.
But does everyone agree that you smoke them? Because I know in a lot of these battles they let the comments decide, right? It's not like a judge saying you won.
With me, okay. So so there's a guy named Aver who just battled Murder Mook and Loaded Lux. I'm sure you heard of them, right? And he beat them both.
I've heard of Mook, yeah.
And I smoked Averb, like, and it was judged. Like, I smoked him. And it was in New York. It was in New York. And everybody I see with me, most of the people, like the top dogs, they say, there's something about Pat that I just can't really beat him. There's something, like, I don't really have a weakness. You know what I mean? It's because I'm so open about everything. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I see you put on dramatics. Like, I noticed when I was watching one of your battles, you know, you came out dressed a certain way.
Yeah.
You were just being theatrical.
And I joke around a lot. I'm a funny motherfucker, but I'm also 6'5", 260 pounds. So it's like not only can he sarcastically joke me out, but he'll body slam the shit out of me. Which
but
really
you're in their grill too.
Yeah.
I noticed a lot of the battles. They do get to the point where people are trying to intimidate the people sometimes. Like, especially a lot of the black rappers. Like, I will kill you. I will shoot you to death right now. Like, some of that shit, I couldn't be, just me personally, just me. It's not that I couldn't. Sure, I could if I wanted to. I'm not saying I would be great at it, but if I wanted to, I don't want to because I don't want a dude telling me he's going to fucking shoot me 55 times in the face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. Me personally. I will be like, yo, really? Like, do it then. You know what I mean? Like, so I get why certain people, like, they want to fight.
Would you battle a tranny? Would you battle a tranny?
I mean, if I'm going to do any kind of like those type of battles that you do, I would want so much money that everybody's going to tell me I'm a fucking asshole for saying I want that kind of money.
How much?
Well, I would want $100,000 or something, which nobody's going to pay. $20,000 is not enough for me because, you see, I make $20,000 easily. So if I'm going to – see, if you battle someone, you have to basically start spending your time soaking up that person's life. If you're going to be good at it.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go do that and I'm going to focus on a man for 6 months or however long, I would want to get paid a lot of money. I would want it to be so much money that I'm not focusing on all my other business. And nobody's going to pay me that. So, yeah.
Did you see Cannabis lose that bad and pull out his notepad and say, I can't freestyle, I lose? Like,
well, that was so weird. That was so weird, though, because Cannabis having such a fucking reputation and being so respected, how could someone, I'm just confused. Like, how could someone allow himself to be in that situation? Because did he not know who Disaster was? Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like he had no idea and just showed up and knew some guy was going to come for his neck. He had to have known, right? So why wasn't he prepared?
It's just like me and you. So just say me and you, we went in the studio, and I was like, no, you can't show me nothing. You would be like, you're an idiot. This is what I do for a living. So of course I would have to take your lead, I have to take your advice, and you would show me certain shit and business shit. Cannabis, on the other hand, was like, nah, I'm so-and-so. I don't have to study no tapes. I'm going to come in and battle the best
he didn't study anything? Oh, he admitted that?
He got 8 and alive.
That's admitted, though? He said that?
Yep.
Well, then, obviously, you played yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, that's I mean, and here's the fucked up thing about it. That was actually career shattering. Am I wrong or no?
No,
that
you're
seems like that was something that was so outlandish for someone so respected that I think people probably stopped listening to the guy's music.
100%.
So it's like
it hurt me. It hurt me because I'm like, damn, this guy was almost crying. He's like, you win, stop it. I want to read from this notepad. I don't know how to freestyle. I was like, man, Supernatural was right behind him, like shaking his head, like, man. And any industry dude that comes in.
Listen, I'm a decent freestyler. Decent, not good. Decent at best. But I know that when there's been times where I got to a point that I got stuck, nothing I probably could say can be good at that point. If I'm on the roll, then I'm going to be able to come with some fire, and I might make you look like an asshole. But if I get stuck on some, and my brain freezes, so I can actually relate here. Like, he probably, somehow, he just fucking got frozen. He couldn't fucking think. And that's a fucking the wrong place to be frozen, bro.
You brought out a notepad, started reading from the notepad. I'm like, what are you doing, bro? It was hard.
I'm going to actually be honest with you. Obviously, we know it's the wrong thing because he fucked it because he had brain freeze. He couldn't freestyle, but that's from a comedy perspective, that's actually hot as fuck.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's going to be legendary forever.
Oh, yeah.
100 years from now, people are going to talk about him whipping that out. And here's the thing. I'm not dissing the dude because really, I was never really a big fan or not a fan. I knew he was a dope rapper, but, you know, he wasn't like he was somebody specific that I was like, oh, you know, I'm a huge fan of him. But, you know, I mean, I feel bad. But in the end of the day, like, life is about choices, you know? And if I go and make a choice to go do a battle rap, right, and I get made to look like a fucking asshole, it's my fault. Then it's my fault. I played myself then, you know what I mean? And I'm not going to make myself look like a fucking asshole because I know how to make myself look incredible. In the end of the day, Big Daddy Kane can make himself look like an asshole, right? If he wanted to. But what does he do? He makes himself look good. When you sit down and you write a rhyme, he could write a rhyme, I suck, I'm garbage. No, he's going to say I'm Asiatic, the dopest, the flip. So he knows how to make himself look dope. I know how to make myself look dope. Why would I put myself in a forum that potentially will make me look like a fucking asshole? I would be ignorant to do that. You know? Now, it's one thing if I was walking around, yo, I'm the shit, nigga. I'm the dopest battle rapper. Then you could be like, Necro, shut the fuck up and do it. I don't claim it. I've never claimed it. I've always said I respect it. Now, did I do a battle? I did the 94 DMC battle. I was in the 1994 DMC battle, judged by Bobito, PMD, Fat Joe was in the crowd, Stretch Armstrong was in the crowd. I walked on stage with a Charles Manson shirt, and I went on stage to battle the dude. The dude that I battled was a Crip from California, who I was like 17, 16. He was like 25. During the beginning of the day, I went there to do like the, you know, the sound check, show up. I'm walking past this guy. I didn't even know he was the guy I was going to be battling at DMC. And I was on some thug shit, and he was on some thug shit, and we bump each other. On some, like, I was walking this way, he was coming this way. We both saw each other. He thought, like, I ain't moving out the way. Like, he thought, oh, you know, like, Herb White Boy's going to walk out the way. I kept walking. We bumped each other. He, you know, I turned around. He turned around. Remember now, this guy's got to be at least 25 because he's bigger than me, looks older than me, but he's straight up a California Crip.
No, it's giving me the fucking countdown again, man. Do you want to come back on or what's up?
All right, I'll come back on because, yeah, I want to finish what I'm saying.
Yeah, please do.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, Merc, you fat-titted fuck. Where are you? We need you on here right now. I need some skim milk for my strawberry shortcake. Where you at, fucker? Yo, so check it out. I just want to finish this story and then whatever you want to end it with. You know what I'm saying? Basically,
run it, man. You bumped into buddy. You bumped into him.
It was DMC battle 1994. This is way before King of the Dot and all this shit. This is 1994. Every year in New York, it was the DMC battle at New Music Seminar, and I was the only white boy in it. And I go on stage with a Charles Manson shirt, and PMD comes up to me before and goes, bro, do not walk on stage with the Charles Manson shirt. Here's a fucking DMC shirt. And I put on the DMC shirt, and right before I went on stage, I go and put the Charles Manson shirt back on because I was thinking you were trying to make me like everyone else because everyone was wearing the same shirt, and I didn't want to be a puppet. Back then, in 94, I'm thinking in my mind, I don't want to be like everyone else. Anyway, this is just funny. During the day, when I showed up at the place, so I bump into this dude. I know he's a Cali dude because the way he has, like, his style is all in khakis and shit and all that. He's the guy I end up battling. We bump each other. I turn around. He turns around. He's like, you know, watch where you walking, partner. I was like, you watch where you walking. You know what I'm saying? Like you saw me here too. And it was about to, you know, bro, I might, maybe I would have got my ass kicked. Because, you know, this dude, he looked big and he was, you know, I would have did my thing. Obviously, I was trying to thug it with the dude. And B Real walks over when he had those huge afros. Remember the time when B Real was rocking? And he goes, can't we all just get along? I swear to God, true story. He says to me and this dude, can't we all just get along? I guess because that's right when the fucking Rodney King shit happened. And that was what Rodney King said. Can't we all just get along? So he was being funny because he saw we was about to beef. Long story short, I go on stage, I battle, or try to battle. The whole crowd's booing me within 3 seconds of walking on stage. Because I'm a white boy, the whole crowd's black, and there's only 2 white people or light-skinned people in the crowd that did not boo me. Take a guess who those 2 people were. Hilarious, bro. No. I don't know what B-Real was. These are people who I would consider, you know, looked white. All right, it doesn't matter. Stretch Armstrong didn't boo me, and Fat Joe.
I was going to say Fat Joe.
Fat Joe and Stretch Armstrong were the only ones in the whole fucking crowd that didn't boo me. So after the battle ends, I walk off stage. I was burnt. I was like, oh, they shitted on me because I'm white, you know, like it's. So the dude who I almost got into beef with earlier, who was the one that battled me, he runs after me. I'm thinking maybe he's trying to beef. He's like, yo, you did your thing, kid. He goes, don't pay attention. You know what it was about. He goes, but I see you. You did your thing. Respect. He actually gave me props, the dude. So I was like, okay. Like, you know what I mean? He peeped it. Like, yo, it was like, it was like not like you would see in a battle now, bro. The whole place was black. They was not trying to hear a white kid come out. And then with a Manson shirt, like, they were probably just like, get the fuck out of here. And so I was just getting booed on general principle. Just boo. And I rapped through the booing with my hand on my dick, telling the crowd, suck my dick in between my raps. Yeah. Like, I still had the balls. Like, you know, like, fuck y'all, motherfuckers, suck my dick. You know, but so I guess that's why Fat Joe and Stretch kind of like looked at it like, hey, at least this white boy, he's got some heart. But I was ignorant because if I was smart, I wouldn't have came out with the Charles Manson. That didn't help.
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. That's dope as fuck. That's dope as fuck. That's dope as fuck.
It kind of taught me something. I learned that I have no control when I do battles. And I want to be in a position where when I write something dope, it's going to be liked by my fans. And in that kind of situation, I'm kind of putting the power in all of them. I'm letting them decide whether I'm dope or not. And what I started doing is when I would go on radio shows and rap, I would make fans instantly because you can't get booed. You're on the radio. They're listening. Whoever listens likes it and becomes your fan. So I started making fans and building people that actually liked me and nurturing that. See, it's like you're nurturing a plant. You can't nurture a plant if all the people that are around you crush your plant and step on it and say, get out of here. But I was able to figure out ways to grow the Necro plant. And the more the Necro plant got bigger and bigger, it became an oak tree. And when it's an oak tree, these people can't knock it down because they're not strong enough. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of how it is, man. I mean, you're either going to build your own shit and then it's going to be an oak tree, or you're going to fucking, you know, you're going to do it with other people. And these are people that if they decide to get rid of you one day, you're fucked. How many people did shit with other people in crews, and when a beef happens, you're fucked. You lose your masters, you lose this, you lose your promotion. You know what I mean? You don't get paid for all the hard work. You might have broke your back to blow up a hit record, and now that hit record's never going to pay you for the rest of your life. Well, me, I get paid off every record I've ever done. That's how I'm able to survive. That's how I'm able to live. I'm able to live for 20 years now, not being having nobody fuck with me. They're trying to make fun of me and shit, people. What did somebody say, fat neck? Am I really that fat? I'm not that fat.
I can't even see your neck. I can't even see it.
That's the hating, trolling shit. Hold on. Mercules, Mad Child, the Necro album on the way. Funny thing enough is I would do a fucking full album with Mad Child. I was talking with Merc before about Mad Child. Mad Child's popping, and he knows how to keep his brand popping.
He's making fun of it. He doesn't like Mad Child. He doesn't like Mad Child. He's making fun.
We're cool though. Me and him kick it. But what I'm trying to say is, I wouldn't be against it technically. It would be a good look for me. It wouldn't fucking harm me. It would actually do good for me because when I did my fucking tour with Mad Child, it was a fucking great tour in Canada, and people liked it.
What if you found out that he sucked a little boy's cock from the back?
I mean, bro, I'm not going to work with anybody pedophile. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fucking work with anybody pedophile.
But what if he did a good job?
I mean, if he did a good job being a fag, being a fanook. What up, Damien? Being a fanook, you don't get no pass on that for nothing. I mean, listen, it's one thing if you're like Tiger King and you're a straight homo. Yo, that's his homo shit. But if you look at it, he played himself, bro. Tiger King made a fucking asshole out of himself. He's doing 20. Did you watch Tiger King?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. The dude's doing 22 years, bro. He made his own fucking husband ratted on him. I mean, yo, what kind of low-life piece of shit must you be and the people you're around if all these people fucking rat on you and put you away for 22 years? That, yo, you must have shitted on these people or you picked very bad people to do business with because, like, they're literally all free and put that motherfucker in jail for 22 years. I mentioned it because he's a
Merc.
And,
Yo,
and
Merc,
yeah.
No, Merc, I just seen your comment. You were going to send him beats. If you don't do a song with Necro, you're not a real underground king, man. You've got to do a song with Necro.
Wait, hold on, Merc. Damien, that's what me and Merc are good. He's just a fucking troll. Damien's getting pissed because Damien's a fucking Damien's a known MMA fighter with accomplishments. So he's very protective of me. He doesn't know that Merc's joking because he doesn't know how we fuck around. Nah, it's all love, Damien. But yeah, you know, fucking with Tiger King, I didn't know he was gay at first, bro. When I started watching it and they revealed it, I was kind of like, what the fuck? That threw me off, you know, because they build up the premise in the first episode, not letting you know he's gay. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of talking about fucking, you know, just him being a tiger guy. Then they reveal that the dude takes it up his asshole. And then that kind of threw it off. I was like, okay. Well, and then he has numerous husbands and shit. Yo, that dude is just fucked. He's fucked all around. And and you said you watched it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Carol killed her husband?
Yes.
Yo, I kind of like her for that. Is that fucked up? For some fucked up reason, I'm kind of respecting that she got away with it.
Are you asking me if I think you're fucked up?
No, I'm saying, is it fucked up that Carol... Oh, no, I don't mean it like that. I'm saying, are you rooting for Carol getting away with it, or you wanted to get caught?
I secretly like when people get away with anything. If somebody gets away with it, if she did it, I think she did it, but I love when people, like, get away, like, escape jail or, you know, from a heist or, like, any of that type of shit. So I don't want anyone locked up. Unless they're like pedophiles and shit like that, you know what I mean? Or, you know, just killing everybody for no reason. But I think she killed him. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, it's not our business. But, you know, watching this story and seeing it, and I'm like, yo, is this chick so sick that she put that dude in the Tigers? That she fucking got rid of him like that? Like, wow. And got away with it? Like, and then got all his money?
What would you do? What would you do if you were...
Yo, that's a Black Widow almost.
What would you do if you were laying back in the tiger shop and you're like just listening to the growls from afar and you're like, I'm not listening to this. You're getting your cock sucked by Carol and you're like, and you're about to come and you're like, Caroline, and you fucking look up and it's actually Joe and you're just about to come. Do you come or do you not come?
That would never happen, bro. Listen.
It's in the car.
I don't know if I'm gonna say I like where you're going with this, because that will make me suspect. But for the sake of trollage, there would never be. I would never fucking deal with Joe Exotic. There would never be a reason. What you tell me one reason I would even ever have a dealing with Joe Exotic.
But what I was saying
give me a scenario of what would have me be next to Joe Exotic.
But what I'm saying it was Carol the whole time, and he's
Carol's not hot enough to blow me, so I would never be with Carol.
Bro, you were on coke and you were very lonely.
I don't do cocaine. Give me a scenario. Bro, the scenario you're talking now is him dying.
It was a very hot girl.
Bro, the scenario you're talking now is him dying. He dies. I murder him.
It was a very hot girl.
You know how I murder him?
The very
I grab
last
his
second.
neck and I snap his fucking neck immediately. That snap his fucking neck.
Okay, it was a very hot girl. And the very last second you look up and it's Joseph.
But I don't, because I don't trust women, I don't take blowjobs like that. I look at them bitches because them bitches will bite your dick off. They'll do something. They'll do something.
You can't lie. So, you can't lie. His couple little husbands, I let them suck me off.
Listen, I let bitches know when I'm dealing with them, you know, they need to be in their fucking place because they'll end up in the morgue. You know, what I mean is, I'm not playing fucking around. When I'm dealing with chicks, they come to the crib. If I sense like any shady shit with a female, she gets thrown the fuck out.
Yo, how about them white slavery girls? Did you fuck them?
Oh yeah, you asked me about white slavery. You see, bro. Okay.
That's legendary.
Okay, first of all, do you know what white slavery means?
No, I guess not.
Okay, white slavery is basically human trafficking. It's another word.
Okay, I knew that.
Human trafficking. So when I rap about white slavery, it's basically literally like picking a subject, rapping about guns, rapping about vagina, rapping about cars, rapping about human trafficking. It's literally just a subject. Because nobody in hip hop ever did it. Nobody does it.
I love it.
No, because it's a taboo subject to talk about. You know, it's not white slavery doesn't necessarily mean you're enslaving white girls only. It could be any girl. It could be a girl from fucking Palestine. It could be a black girl from Harlem. You're taking the females, you're brainwashing them, you're putting them under pressure, and then you're selling them to dudes and making them suck dick. To me, that shit was so outlandishly insane, and nobody ever rapped about it. Nobody ever took that subject and said, I'm going to make a rap track. So white slavery, if you look at it from a perspective like you might be looking at it before understanding it fully, it looks totally exploitational. Like, oh,
I love it.
No, you understand what I'm saying? It looks almost like this dude is just rapping bondage. But bondage was the theme to give it a visual for the subject. The subject itself, check this out, bro. It's the #1 racket in Europe. Not drugs, not guns. The #1 racket in Europe is abducting women off the fucking street and turning them into prostitutes. Like the movie Taken. It's foul.
And they deserve it.
It's foul. It's like, it's crazy when you think about it. That fucking, like, if you have a daughter, you better teach her how to fight. You better teach her to have fucking spray. And because literally, if she's sexy, some dude is scheming on her. There's some guy looking to take her.
My son is only 2.5, but word on the street is he's sexy as fuck. They're going to try to scoop him up in a van.
Well, how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
No, my question was, Necro,
how does that make you feel?
Did you
okay
fuck,
with that?
Did you fuck those girls in white slavery? That's all I want to know.
In white slavery? Nah. Nah. Well, I did two. I did the human trafficking. The human trafficking starred this girl. You never saw the human trafficking?
Yes. Part 2.
Right. The girl who starred in it, the main girl, right? I saw her online. She posted like a fucking month after the video shoot that it was the worst experience of her life.
Wow.
But check this out. I treated her like gold. But you know why it was the worst experience of her life? Because it doesn't make a difference if you're, hi, can you do this? Can you get on your knees and we're going to eat dinner on your back? It doesn't matter how nice you are when you're making someone do the most degrading shit they've ever done in their fucking life. I was a sweetheart to her and paid her like a champ. But in her mind, she was like, oh, and you know how I got her? Because I told her, I can't pay you the whole job up front. You'll get paid every day a part of it. So she wanted that whole $900 because she needed to pay rent. So she was probably after day 2, like, what the fuck did I get myself into? Yeah, bro. I had this girl fucking mushing falafel in her face. I had her with a leash on her neck. I had her fucking on her back eating dinner. I mean, she was she was literally fake getting fucked in the van. And I was getting horny, bro. I was getting fucking horny, bro, because she was hot. And I'm like, yo, I really want to fuck this chick. And she's probably like, I'm acting? They're pounding my ass, fucking through the dress, faking. And she's she's almost like a porn. It's not disrespectful because it was, no, Necro rate. What is with this dude, bro? You got a dude in here who's a fucking, bro. He goes, Necro racist. How am I racist, bro? Shut the fuck up. You punch you right in your fucking face if I ever see you. Anyway, this fucking dude, bro, you see, this is the shit you got to deal with. Dick sucking, gaylord homos that want to troll. They want to, you know what they want to do? They want to sabotage your brand because guaranteed they're wannabe rappers. They got nothing going on and they have to come to our lives and try to actually think they're going to sabotage other people to think the way they think. You're not, bro, because your mother's a whore. For you to act listen, if you're acting that way, your mother's got to be a whore. She was fucking acting like a fucking junkie her whole life. But anyway, as far as this girl, she was told up front, like, this is what we're doing. We're going to do human trafficking. You know what I mean? We're going to act. And she applied to the through the ad. You know what I mean? There was nothing forced. It was through the ad. She got paid. I paid her like $900. That's a lot of fucking money for one video shoot. But listen,
that's a lot.
Listen, it's a brutal video shoot. I mean, it's a brutal topic. You know, so some of these chicks, you know, like, she probably didn't realize she was doing an intense fucking human trafficking video. She might have thought she was just doing some shit, you know, dancing or whatever. But let me tell you, it took a lot of work to do that video. That video had more views on WorldStar when I uploaded it during that time in 2010 than anything Lil Wayne ever uploaded at that time. During the time that I uploaded Who's Your Daddy and Human Trafficking on WorldStar Hip Hop, I had more views, around like 3 million. And it's when Wayne started popping and he started having viral shit. And I remember looking up Wayne. I was like, let me see how I compare to Wayne. Like, my shit's doing better than Wayne. And you know what's crazy? The dude from WorldStar was a scumbag to me. After I did so good on his channel, he tried to charge me thousands to give him a new video. And I was like, get the fuck out of here. I got more views than Lil Wayne. He's like, oh, yeah, but now we're charging. And I was like, oh, the dude's a piece of shit. And look, he's dead now.
Wow.
So fuck him.
No, I met White Slavery 1, the first video, with them tied up with the balls in their mouth and flicking their tits and shit like that. Like, them girls, like, they must have got fucked.
Oh, Merck is asking me what I think of Stewie Kubrick. Interesting. Such a strange question for him to ask me, being that I do have an opinion of Stewie. Here's my opinion of Stewie. I think Stewie's extremely talented, right? He's fucking a great video guy. Very talented. But he fucked me over on a video shoot once. I was literally made plans for him to come to California. I was going to hire him. We agreed he was going to work with me. And he fucked me over and stood me up last minute. Like, fucked me, literally, after I had fucking locations booked, everything. So Stewie Kubrick is a piece of fucking shit as a person, but very talented fucking video guy.
What about,
that shocked me too, because I was like, I put up money, I fucking rented locations, I brought props, and this dude last minute gave me some bullshit excuse, which is like the scummiest thing you could do to somebody. Oh, I can't make it. What do you mean you can't make it, man? It was planned for months, too, in advance. So that dude fucked me over, Mark. It was a shame, bro, because I was looking forward to working with him. I wanted to have a video done by him. I thought that would have been a good look for Necro. You know what I mean? Because the style that he does, you know? I mean, listen, I don't hold grudges with him because it wasn't like a beef. But, you know, so maybe when me and Merck work together, we'll get him to do the video. How about that? And he can make it up to me for being a fuckface.
You ever hear of Holohan?
I've spoken to that dude before. He shows love.
He's a solid guy, and he's a big fan of yours, man. He's a very, very, very...
Shout out to him. Yeah, it's been a couple of years, but I talked with him online a couple of times, and he was definitely mad cool. So shout out to that dude.
Very good artist, man. Very good artist.
Another person dissing. We can't allow that. It's Baxter Boy. You go suck a dick. Your mother's a bum. I'm a bum. I bet this dude fucking can't even pay his own rent. Calling people a bum online.
Wait, who's saying that? No, this is the same guy that was on my fucking shit calling me a goof.
Baxter Boy? Look at this dude. These dudes are fucking clowns.
Yeah, but you know what?
In person, bro. Oh my God, bro.
Yeah, but
crazy how dudes turn into pussy when you see them in person and their whole shit changes. Nah, I ain't got no problem. Nah, it wasn't me. Nah, it wasn't me.
Oh yeah. No, he's
They turned into Shaggy. Yo, they turned into Shaggy. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Oh yeah, it was you, motherfucker. Because I remember that shit. I got a fucking database for your bullshit.
Yeah. No, he. I don't even know that kid, but you know what, Necro man? Listen, I want to say something.
Yeah.
I love hearing the shit because I know how far you go back, man. Listen, I don't want you to. Do you got any classic stories, man, for us of like famous rappers that we know that you might not think are that big? Like you're talking about being in a thing with Fat Joe, Mobb Deep, all the type of shit. You got any crazy stories with like super legends that people are watching might be like, you know that guy, and you're like, you rapped in front of him, like.
Well, remember I did a whole album with Cool G Rap. I literally I'm the only rapper on the planet that did 16 tracks with Cool G Rap. Literally, not even Nas, not even Wu-Tang. Nobody did more. Those guys did maybe 2 tracks with Cool G Rap. I got 16 on one album, all produced by me. And I mean, I definitely got a lot of crazy stories with G Rap. You know, if we're talking legends, I can't say I have any stories with, you know, like a Slick Rick. I can tell you I met Slick Rick at Rock the Bells, and I went up to him, and I had the craziest jewelry on. But Slick Rick had about 10 chains on. Slick Rick had about 10 chains on, right? There's a dope pic, and I walk up to him, and I was just like, yo, the reason I'm wearing this chain is because of you. And he smiled. You know, I'm sure anyone that rocks jewels, when, you know, is a Slick Rick fucking fan, you know, knows Slick Rick is the king. But that's all I have with a Slick Rick, you know. With a G-Rap, I got a lot of fucking stories, but
or even just meeting them, like, you know, in like you know, situations where you met like so and so. Like,
okay, I'll tell you something interesting. I'll give you one. Then we'll end it, all right? Because I'm fucking sweating on here now that I'm getting trolled for so sexy. Oh, thank you, girl. Somebody fucking knows I'm good looking in here. 1993. Wu-Tang has not even dropped yet. I go up to Wildman Steve and DJ Riz's show, first radio station I ever go up to. And I'm rapping over the MF Doom beat, Scooby-Doo beat. I don't know if he was MF Doom even yet. I think he was still Zev Levex. And we rap over that beat live on the radio. And I'm rapping, my flow is vile, like the cancer Relial. The necrophile will drink the bile of porn star Isis Nile. Kids never know it's me when I cause terror because I changed my face to the grill of Joey Silvera. Necro drinks the ovum of a woman that stinks. I got Tiffany Minks chained up in Gucci links. And I'm just rapping foulness, bro. And guess who's in the fucking, the listening area? And in the listening area, when you were chilling, they had a radio. So you could hear everything going on in the studio while you waited for you to go on. So listening to our whole session, is Jizza.
oh wow.
Before Wu-Tang dropped Protect Your Neck. And he's sucking on one of those things, you know, those wood things that a lot of the old school black dudes would do, or 5% Nation. I don't know what it was called, but it was like a flavored wood. And he's just chilling, and he's not really acknowledging us. Kind of like almost like looking like he's hearing us, and we're fucking going off, bro. It was me, my brother, Gore-Tex, and this other rapper. And we fucking destroyed it, bro. I mean, total pop culture lyrics. And you know he's listening. He's hearing it. He's like, who the fuck are these white guys? But his face giving us no props. Like when we leave and when he arrived, almost like he didn't hear us. But in my head, I knew who he was. I didn't know who Wu-Tang was yet. But I knew that was Genius, the dude who had words from the Genius. Because those dudes, him and RZA, both had deals before Wu-Tang. So I'm a young hip-hop kid. I'm aware. So I remember, you know, the booming words from the Genius. So when I seen his grill, I'm like, oh, that dude. What's he doing here? And then pretty quickly, we all discovered he was representing Wu-Tang and bringing Protect Your Neck up. And everybody loved Protect Your Neck. You know, that was one of those undeniable records where we all just knew it was fresh. Honestly, I thought Protect Your Neck was Leaders of the New School, a new record from Leaders of the New School. And when Method Man was saying, it's the Method Man for short, moving on, I thought that was Busta. And I thought with the other guys, Neighborhood Spider-Man, I thought that was Dinko D. Because Dinko D used to do a lot of high-pitched shit. Ooh, ee, ooh. So I was like, only, who else would go swinging through your town like the neighborhood Spider-Man. I was like, and then I find out it's some new dudes. I'm like, oh, it's some new dudes? So that's just an example of one story, you know what I mean? Where we bumped into someone, and it's like, he probably definitely don't remember that. He don't remember that because in his mind, he's older. He already had a record deal. He was just coming up to promote his shit. But I always remember that as a classic fucking thing, you know? Like, you know, it is what it is. Like I said, back then, it wasn't the kind of time where, you know, a dude, even the Wild Man Steve was bugging off our lyrics. He's like, yo, he says it in the freestyle. It's on one of my rare demos and freestyle CDs. He's like, yo, you dudes are bugging. Like, he had never heard rappers talking. I was dropping porn star names in my verses. Nobody was doing that. And maybe somebody might mention one here and there. I was dropping Tiffany Minx, Isis Nile. You know what I mean? We were mentioning horror movie directors, like a lot of shit that people didn't do because it was other culture. Hip-hop culture at that time kind of kept things to the hood. You know what I mean? And then political. They didn't go into horror culture. They didn't go into fucking movie culture as much.
Yo, what was that song, man? And I know this is way off topic, but you can tell I'm a fan because I'm not trying to get things out of you. There's a song. Cool. There's a song you did with you, your brother. I think it was Sabak and someone else. And you guys, I know you guys talked about, you know, the history of Jews. I know Ill Bill had the last verse. He said, I'm a prisoner of war and religion, a prisoner of Nazi Germany.
Oh, you're talking about POWs off of Sabak.
Oh, man.
That's where we're just rapping all war shit. Like, it was a war theme.
And you started the first off, or you were second?
It was on Sabak's album. Mr. Hyde, I think, started it. I was second. Everybody came off really good on that song. That's an interesting one that you mentioned. Everybody came off very well. That was a time period. Okay, so that time period was 2004 time period, right? I grossed $1 million out of my apartment with all the CDs and shit. I was working with Selecta Hits. Selecta Hits is in Memphis, Tennessee. Selecta Hits is a distribution company run by Johnny Phillips, who was his uncle was the guy that signed Elvis. And Selecta Hits put out all the 3 6 Mafia, all the rappers from that time from Texas. And I did $1 million deal with them in 2004, where I had to put up a certain amount of money for each record, and they matched the money. So it was actually $500,000 deal. So for every $50,000 I invested, they matched my 50. This company from Memphis, Tennessee. And that's the time when I dropped Ill Bill's debut, Sabak's debut, Mr. Hyde's debut, Gore-Tex debut, My Prefix for Death album, Circle of Tyrants, Street Villains 2, The Sexorcist. I grossed $1 million, but it costed me $900,000 to make that million. Notice the fucking irony. I grossed $1 million, but I had to spend $900,000 to make the million, because in my head, for every $10,000 I was making, I needed to put in $9, because I was doing videos on MTV. I was doing ads on MTV. I was doing ads on BET. I was doing sampler CDs. I was fucking doing ads in the Source, XXL, a retail sales manager. It costed a lot of money for each record to be promoted correctly to make a certain amount of money. So that was an interesting lesson at that time. That from 2004 to 2005, if you had walked in my apartment, you would not be able to walk. I would have boxes of 100 boxes of CDs everywhere. It got so crazy with delivering shit and doing stuff that Mr. Hyde, who was working for me, had to walk out in the middle of work because he said he was claustrophobic. He couldn't breathe in the apartment. It was literally so packed with CDs and shit. And that was the Master P influence. Master P is a huge influence on Necro. Like, because he was one of the dudes that really hustled. He was fucking ill. Like, everybody else hustled, but Master P did it differently. Master P literally would do it out the trunk and really fucking go and sell 10,000 CDs in the street and gross 100K and take the 100K and put it in another album. Like, he was fucking ill. He's influenced by Suge. He watched Suge do what he did first, and then Master P did it his way. You know, people don't know. Suge is like the original businessman. As much as he's a psycho, Suge is one of the first fucking dudes to be a genius. Even Snoop Dogg, after all the beefs he had, Snoop Dogg said, yo, I would not have been where I'm at If it wasn't for the shit that Suge is so gangster. Not only did he do business shit, he would get dudes out of prison. He would do like next level shit, get lawyers involved and get a dude out of. You mentioned Pac as one of your favorite. Suge literally made that happen. You wouldn't love Pac if Suge Knight was not involved. Guaranteed. There would not be a Suge Knight. So that's the only reason I give props where props is due, because people only focus on him being an asshole, right? Like, he's a fucking, he's a bully. That guy's a fucking genius. It's actually sad that his legacy as a man is going to be dying in prison.
I agree.
And it should be in a fucking office. But listen, that's his choices. He made his choices. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if you make your choices, you make your choices. You know what I mean? You can't.
What's your favorite? Do you like your original song, Chasing the Dragon, or the remix, the heavy metal remix?
Both are fresh, you know what I mean? Because the beat to Chasing the Dragon is definitely dope. The part of the reason that we made the remix is because we wanted to get played on Headbangers Ball, which was being hosted by Jamie Jasta from the metal group Hatebreed. And at that time, we were down with this whole clique in New York City of hardcore dudes, and we had kind of been introduced to them as friends. And so I got really tight with Jamie Jasta. He's on one of my biggest songs called "Push It to the Limit," where he does the hook, "Push it to the limit, walk along the razor's edge." It's a very loved track by the fans, and I thought with my friendship he was going to get me on Headbangers Ball. So that was one of the first tracks I made that would be quoted as a metal hip hop track, where it's hip hop, but I'm playing metal guitars on it, but not like the rap rock shit. I was playing like thrash riffs. And so that was the focus of that. That was the point. And that video cost 7 G's, because back then I was being told to get on MTV, I needed to have film. It can't be done digitally. And film costed $7,000. Where digitally, I could have did it for $500. So I'm being told only way to get on MTV is with a film video. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I invested the bullshit 7 G's, then $5,000 for the video promoter, so $12,000 to make Chasing the Dragon, and it didn't get played. I got dissed. Shitted on, bro.
You got played in that fucking
MuchMusic. Yeah. They got on MuchMusic. Hey, listen, that's why I say, listen, I love Canada. When I say I love Canada, it's because Canada's always shown love. You know what I mean? Like, anytime on tour or whatever, it's always been nothing but love. You have no idea, bro, how hard it was for me to get into Canada on my tour when Mad Child opened for me on tour. It took literally hiring a security guy. The government did not want to let me in unless I had a straight-up security company hired to watch me over. Every promoter from the show had to write a letter saying that I'm helping the Canadian economy, and please let me in. They were not going to let me in because of other beefs from Australia and other shit that happened to me. They were like, yo, we're not fucking letting you in. Get the fuck out of here. So, like I said, I love Canada. I just wanted to just explain how people ask me all the time, when are you coming back? When are you coming back? Yo, I don't think you realize, like, for me to come back takes a fucking whole team of people. It takes literally, like, government's got to get involved. Like, not even just the TRP thing. Security, the promoters got to write letters. Because the government, just tell you something funny. So this is all shit that happened to me later in life. But my first dealings with Canadian Customs was in 2001 when I headlined what was that venue? The Hot Spot? What was it called? The fucking, you don't know the venue? Fucking, I sold out this venue. It was in Toronto in 2001. And when I went to the border, they seen that I had a fucking brass knuckles charge. And the guy goes, what is this brass knuckles? I said, oh, it happened. I did the community service. It's no big deal. It's only brass knuckles. He goes, brass knuckles is like a gun in Canada. I was like, no, I had no idea. I said, no, I haven't done any crime. It's been a while. Maybe that was 2001. And so the crime was maybe from 98 or whatever. But point of the matter is, Canada Customs does not play, bro. They're very fucking serious. And so I don't know how that matters to what we were saying, but I was just saying I felt good that MuchMusic showed love. You know what I mean? Because in New York City, you know what it is? Because I'm foreign, MuchMusic didn't see me as, they saw me as special. Where MTV would be like, who the fuck are you? What major label are you signed to?
Yeah.
Like MTV showed zero respect to the underground.
when MuchMusic was showing me love, I looked at that like, yo, that's dope. You know, I'm getting love from like the Canadian version of MTV. That meant a lot. That's why I told you I was scared to ruin it. I didn't want to ruin it. I was like, yo, this is an opportunity that's once in a lifetime. You know what I mean? I was like, I knew it was. It didn't matter to me that she was an asshole because I saw that a lot of people saw it. I would like. It's funny you brought that up because that shit is old as hell now. But for years, people would mention it to me. People would go,
I know it.
MuchMusic.
I know it. I watched it years ago before I spoke to you. Like, I'm not some guy that, like, yesterday I was like, let me look up Necro to know what I'm talking about.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 34.
No, you don't have to say.
I'm 34.
I realized you asked me before, and I'm like, nah.
No, I'm 34. I'm 34.
Oh, okay. Well, you know your shit, bottom line. You're a hip-hop head. When somebody's a real hip-hop head like you are, you just know your shit. You're aware. Listen, you know, here's the beauty. The people that like us, they're very similar to us. I talk to half people that don't have any clue, and I kind of got to school them. And then I'm glad I come across a lot of people that are very smart. You come across people daily that they know their shit. And you know, so you know something? Remember I told you sometimes I get pissed at people? I get pissed when people try to push their bullshit on me. I never get pissed if somebody's just ignorant on something. I'll actually school them. If you don't know, you don't fucking know. I'm going to tell you. If you're not aware that I did that record or that record, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? What I don't like is when somebody messages me, yo, so Necro, you going to drop anything new? And I just dropped fucking eight releases in a row. Now I'm telling you to go fuck yourself. Because have you been in a prison cell the last? You know, it's like you can tell when some people, they're too lazy to literally go and Google if you dropped anything. What they're thinking is, I'm not going to go to Apple Music and see if he dropped music. I'm going to message him. Yo, Pat, have you battled recently?
Yeah.
How about just go to fucking YouTube and fucking type in his fucking name?
Yeah.
And then after you watch what he's done recently, then message him something about it. But they want to be lazy assholes. They want to waste your fucking time. Yo, Pat, have you battled in the last year? Like, bro, don't bother this fucking guy, bro.
It's condescending, too, because they'll be like, yo, Pat, you got any gigs coming up? I'll be like, man, shut the fuck up, bro, before I slap you, man. You know what it is? Listen, we're aware of who's a fucking fanook and who's a fucking douchebag. Wait, hold on. I like to address this. Washed up, Necro. Baxter Boy. This guy's been on here for an hour on the day. Let me see.
What kind of loser can you be if you're still on here?
I'm trying to scroll up. Where do I see back?
You're a weirdo, Necro. Yo, how could I be a weirdo if I'm a successful hip-hop dude and you're on the live trying to diss me? How am I the weirdo? I'm confused by that because what would make me washed up then if I'm actually popping? Go to my Spotify and tell me I'm washed up then. Like, really? Like anyone who would see that somebody has 350,000 monthly listeners on one platform and then says, yo, you were washed up, you don't understand what washed up means. You know what I mean? Like, yo, I'm not even insulted by that. Gary V says some bullshit.
I think it's a fake person from where I'm from because I checked. I clicked on it. I didn't give too much research, but the profile, it said he was from kind of where I'm from, and he said a certain word that's not cool where I'm from. So I know he's not where I'm from because he would never talk to me like that. Period. He would get crushed.
And Merck made a comment. Merck goes, "You're giving him too much props or whatever." No. It's not giving him too much props, Merck. What he's doing is I'm letting people here know because there's probably a lot of other great, good people in here. We don't take shit from douchebags. I don't give a fuck who you are. You want to talk your shit, I'm going to let you know I peeped your comment, and you can go suck a dick. Because here's the reality. The reality is, like Gary V said. Gary V said you should feel pity for these people. If their life, yo, I never go into somebody else's lives. Yo, you suck, Gary. Gary, you're whack. Like, yo, you must have no fucking life, man. You're not making music. And if you're making music, nobody listens to it. And it's like, yo, really, I feel bad for you. If anything, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Like me, you're not going to change anything with my shit. My streams aren't going to change because of you. If anything, here's the funny thing. More people will hear that. Be like, Necro ain't taking shit. Let me go listen to his shit. It works for me. It's better for me, actually. More of the people in this chat are going to go listen. A matter of fact, all of y'all go to Spotify and listen to my brand new shit, motherfucker. Like, yo, I can't get trolled. Check this out.
back in the day, remember when people would call you on the phone back in the day and try to troll you and do pranks? Motherfuckers used to try to prank me like crazy, bro. Okay? I cannot be pranked. You cannot prank me. And I had methods for how you can't prank me. One of my methods that destroyed a pranker is, so a pranker's calling you and he's trying to talk shit. I turn the phone over so I don't hear the pranker, so I cannot hear anything he says. So all I'm doing is just doing what I'm saying. So I can vaguely hear, but I'm not hearing the words. So I'm like, fuck you. Fuck your mother. Oh, your mother takes it up her ass? And you end up cutting him off. Every time he tries to say something, he's getting cut off because you don't really hear him. So he's never getting his shit out. And bro, I'm telling you, prankers would hang up on me. They couldn't handle it. I destroyed them. Like, it would take, like, literally in 30 seconds, the pranker would give up. So there'd be certain kids who would try to prank me. I would just turn the phone over and be like, hey, your mother sucks dick. Yo, Necro, you should swear. Fuck you, motherfucker. So, like, when these people try to troll here, it's like I laugh at it almost. It's like, yeah, you can't troll me, bro.
I'm looking for the next comment because if he's from where I'm from, then I can go wring his neck right now for talking shit about me. But I mean,
yeah, of course. But you know something? At the end of the day, don't even bother because these kids rat these days, and I could see one of these kids actually running to police and getting them to come check you, and fuck giving him a chance to put you away when you got fucking moves to make. Because I understand exactly how you feel. But the more I get mature now, I'm starting to realize, something, man? It's one thing. If they're in front of us, if you're in my circle, you're getting pounded out. But I'm not going to go out of my way to go search for these fucking pieces of shit. You know what I mean? Because, because they'll tell police. And then the narrative is going to be, yo, this dude Pat came, he's threatening me. And nowadays, they'll really fucking take that rat shit serious. Like, I can't even believe, you saw in Tiger King, all of those dudes ratted and they're proud. These dudes are like, yeah, I ratted to the feds, man. I never saw dudes more proud about being rats.
I know. It's funny. It's crazy.
Like, they were literally bragging like it's cool, especially the fat guy who said he owned strip clubs and did all. I'm thinking this guy's going to be more stand-up because he's, you know what I mean? He's in strip clubs. He deals with people. Yeah. He's, like, proud. Like, yo, like, nobody's going to bring it to that dude? Hopefully that dude ends up fucking with an ice pick in his neck. Somebody gets that guy.
Yeah.
But, yo, brother, it's been dope as fuck. I got so much work to do.
Nah, man, listen.
I appreciate you having me on here.
It's crazy, man. I really appreciate you coming on, man. Real talk.
Can we together do something together?
Please.
Digitally, since we're not in person, let's together at the same time, with the same energy, do something together. You down?
100%.
Let's stomp on Mercury's fat fucking milky tits together.
Let's go.
Okay?
Let's go.
You doing it? Merc, we got your fucking tits on the floor right now. Fucker. Shout out to Mercury. We're just playing with you. We love you.
Let me hit the X first because if you hit the X, it will exit the whole shit. So I'm gonna hit the X first. Thank you, Necro. I appreciate you very much.
Much respect, brother.
Much love, man.
Salute.
Salute, man. Salute, man. That's dope as fuck, man. That's so cool. This guy stayed on here with fucking 3 hours with me, man. This guy's a legend, man. It's dope as fuck. Peace out, man. I kicked the shit out of my fucking... Ow, my toe hurts, man. Shout out Necro, man. Follow him. Get all his music and his fucking merch, everything, man. Peace.